Okay, guys, we're officially gonna start Punishing Grey Raven chapter 27, and let's see how will the story gonna start this now, because I'm kind of bit confused. Just let's say like 5% on chapter 26, but still the story is fun. That shit is so peak. Chapter one of the chapter that is good and I like, you know. So yeah, let's see what will happen on this chapter. Anyway, guys, if you have any question, just ask me related to reaction stream, PGR, Wuthering Waves, NIKKE, Arc Knights, something like that. Yeah, guys, just ask me. All right. We'll officially start within 10 minutes. Okay. We will start in 10 minutes. And hello, Equinox. Yo, welcome to the stream. And yeah, I still haven't created any I still haven't created a Kick account, guys, so I think we will officially start streaming there also on Monday, I think. Yeah. Gacha God has blessed me in Limbus. Good for you, good for you. Very good, very good. I got both the new featured characters. Good. Nice. Mail, there's nothing here. Let me just have a warm up. Let's just have a warm up before while we're waiting for others, just in case. Let's have a bit of warm up. Yeah, guys, we're gonna do Clash Reflection, Warzone, Fun to Paint Kitchen, Norman Revival on Sunday. Okay, it will have a specific stream for it. I'm gonna showcase you a noob gameplay of mine. All right. So other than that, let me just have a practice with my team. Let's go with the easiest.
もう死は恐れない。準備は生き総員出撃。道を切り開く。それ集え暁の光。翼よ羽ばたけ。黎明のように貫け。 集中攻撃。私に任せてください。集中攻撃。彼方まで超え行け。もう死は恐れない。命がけで生き抜く。総員出力。私に任せてください。道を切り開く。もう死は恐れない。命がけで行くぞ。生き抜いてやる。 準備はすでに整っている。道を切り開く。当たれ集え暁の光。カラスバのように壁。黎明のように貫け。紅蓮の私。集中攻撃。彼方まで超え行け。当たれ集え暁の光。カラスバのよ。集中。私に任せてください。集中攻撃。 彼方まで超えゆけ。
もう死は恐れない。命がけで生き
そう言いすぎ、私に任せて。
道を切り開く。もう死は恐れない。命がけで生き抜いてやる。準備はすでに整って道を切り開く。
最悪当たれ。集え暁の光。カラスバのように輝く。黎明のように貫け。紅蓮のよう、私に任せ。
集中攻撃。
彼方まで超えゆけ。それ。集え
Oh, easy download, yo.
暁の光。
Welcome to the stream. We're just chilling right now before we will officially start the story of Vidya.
カラスバの、私に任せてください。
Okay, let's stop. Anyways, Tsugi. Are you seeing the chat? Yeah, I'm seeing the chat for like a few minutes. There's like around 12 seconds delay on YouTube chat, guys. All right. I am from Philippine. Orewa, Philippine this. And then let's go with the lightning thing. How about you, bro? Where are you from?
その程度の抵抗なの。全力で精神を使ってより解かれし力。我が刃と勝て。手加減をしない。精神は歯応えないわ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。運命を変えるためよーく見てて。隙だらけ。アルティメットスペクタクル。やー。よいしょっと。将来隙だらけよ。アルティメットスペクタクル。やー。へえ。全力でかかってきなさい。精神は勝手より解かれし力。我が刃と勝て。ナナミ出撃。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。
Dude, you fought a potato PC. Eh? What do you mean? What do you mean potato PC? Why? What do you mean? You just mistype something? Okay, next. Kinda messed up the rotation there, holy cow. But I think that's doable. Next would be voicing. Sawaka's Friday. Oh my god, Carabine's here. Yo, welcome. Finally, it's Friday. Yeah.
あなたの瞬き見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。
Did you mean did you bought a potato? What do you mean I bought? I didn't bought any new shit right now. I am still using the same PC setup. Yeah, from my commission before. And everything's doable. Why do you say that I have a potato PC? You know what? If we're talking about PC, I don't care about those high-end PC guys like 50s, 50, yeah, 50 series of Nvidia. I don't care about those as long my PC is strong to do all the shit I need to do, like streaming, illustration, and browse. That's it. I'm satisfied with what I have. All right. How can a PC that runs WUWA smooth? Yeah. How the heck do you guys tell my PC is like potato despite me max ultra setting on WUWA, on PGR? Oh my god, I know you have a strong PC. So if you have, yeah, just be quiet. All right. I prefer if my PC is doing again, if my PC is doing what I need to do, is helping me do it without me fucking up my progress, everything's fine. Oh, the PC can even run. Okay, bro. Okay, that job.
あなたの知らない景色をお返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。あなた未練なく生けるチャンス。やはりこの物語も結末は
Did I
変
just
わらない。
lose damage right there? Oh, yep. We lost damage. Hold on. Repeat. Let's repeat. How many minutes are we streaming? Okay. Guys, we'll start in 3 more minutes. We'll start the story in 3 more minutes. Because if you are saying my PC is trash, if you're experiencing lag, easy download, it means it's on your part. All right, it's on your part that you are your view is stuttering. All right. Mine's okay. My OBS is 24K kilobits per second, kilobits per second. All right, everything's fine on my part.
見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。
And if the problem is on the delay,
見せてあ
I did it on purpose.
げる。あなた
I
の
did the
知らな
delay
い
on
景
purpose.
色
All
を。
right.
未練なく生けるチャンスをあげる。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。まばたきしない。溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。物語はここで終わる。終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて消え偽り崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。これで終わりよ。終焉の音を聞きなさい。
Wait. Hold on.
そろ
Why
そ
do
ろ
I have a lot
始
of
め
warp?
ましょう。
Okay, it's 16 minutes. It's okay. It's already like 17 minutes. Okay, let's go back. Let's go, guys. Okay, so we will officially start the story. Alright, guys. Which do you prefer, Virgil or Selena? Okay. Oh my god. Someone literally gonna ask me about who should I choose. Well, guys, those new players who's playing for who visit PGR just for the DMC collab. Sadly, I'm not gonna pull for the collab. Yeah. Now guys, I remember I'm just a casual player. Gonna say Selena. Yeah. That's that. It is what it is. I'm gonna pull for Selena. Yeah. I'm not gonna get any DMC character. Sadly. Because again, PGR, my purpose is for the story, to get to make content. Right? The story, and then once I catch up to the story, we're gonna do affection story after. And after affection story, a live stream for like every patch for PGR. That's it. At least we have alpha, yeah. I have alpha. I haven't even fully built her. Okay, guys, let's go. Virgil is what happened? What happened? Virgil is true slash. Yeah, Virgil. Yeah, Virgil is the true slash if you're talking about affix, and Dante I think is combustion, the same element as Nanami, as Nanonite. If I'm right though, guys. If I'm wrong, just I think my bad if I'm wrong though. But yeah, because Virgil can be used on a physical team if you're not gonna pull for Selena. And a good thing about Virgil again is he's on the affix also. Alright guys, officially start Aeon Reforged. So we're going to continue talking with Uncle Watanabe, and I think we will have an in-depth explanation about Ballard. Yeah, I haven't seen Ballard for a while. I don't know what happened. Anyways, I think it's going to get explained here at least. Then gotta sacrifice the why. Wait, what? Then gotta sacrifice Y for a Chad Demon Man. I mean, it's up to you guys. Oh my god, its progress is 51. Holy cow. Good luck, W. Your Selena po. Yep, we're gonna, guys. I think yeah, on Sunday we're going to, first of all, on Sunday guys it's just chillax stream, but I need to do some content. So we're gonna do Clash Reflection weekly, Clash Reflection, Warzone, PPZ, and react to the live stream of Selena, the patch for the next upcoming patch. We're gonna do that 4, I think. Yeah, we're gonna do that 4. Alright guys. What happened to chat? But might go for Vera Fire Healer. But yeah, good. If you don't have any like Ampere, or you want to update your team for Fire team, guys, get Vera. But for me, sadly, I'm going to skip Vera. Okay, don't tell it to 21 or Noctis. Okay, they gonna bonk me here. So yeah, I'm gonna skip them sadly, because again, my purpose for next patch is why the BGM so emotional? Why the BGM so emotional? Anyways. Oh my god. Why the BGM so emotional? Hold on. Let me think again. So yeah, my purpose for next patch is first of all get the coating, the gacha coating of Lucia, and get Selena. That's it. I'm done. After that, I'm gonna get the weapon for Selena also, and then save until the patch for Bianca, because I need the physical team. My team is literally crying. I don't have any physical team. And the thing I kind of bit worried, guys, is if ever I have my physical team, I might end up accidentally staying on hero squad. Like, bro, I'm just an F2P. Let me stick on leader squad. Because the reason why I haven't got or stick with hero squad because of I don't have I don't have the team for, like, if this past 2 weeks almost the team on Warzone is the most weakness of my account, which is physical and then ice, physical, ice, and I think that's it. Physical and ice only. This chapter is emotion. Oh, okay, understandable. Lucia coating burns my. Is it because it's all white? It's okay, bro. That's okay. Just if you're not gonna pull, bro. I mean, I just said, like, oh, why the music so sad? Like, bro, it literally said there, funeral. Like, okay, what the heck? And Ultra, welcome to the stream. University exam first phase. Oh my god, Ultra, go back study. Don't watch the stream. Just watch the vote later, okay? Do your guys. Those who have exam tomorrow or this past few days, guys, just watch the stream for later. All right? Just just study first. We can talk later. We can watch, because I always stream for like at least a minimum of 4 or like 3 times a week, and a maximum of 5 days a week, 6 days a week, right? I mean 7 times a week. Okay, so what happened? Oh man, there's a lot of people chatting. I'd pull for Lucia Kun if it doesn't flashback every time I press my yeah, those who have low NP devices, guys, if you really want to get the coating, yeah, just get it. But if you are kind of too worried about your PC, you can save it for later. All right. I'm still using Crimson for Lightning Dark. Oh, still not having Lamia but Bianca. Yeah. By the way, guys, RIP for Lamia later. Oh my god, bro is getting power creep. I mean, because of Solon have Solon really love Bianca. It's understandable. I mean, I do love Bianca also. Okay, Bash already finished his exam. Alright, that's good. That's good. It's already done. I'm ready to, if I work more, my psychological gonna get my god, bro gonna get overworked. Holy cow! Yeah, you need to chillax. Because for me, guys, before exam, I literally just sleep. That's it. Watanabe Epitaph really putting Funeral to his frame, getting power creep quick. Wait, there's no way Epitaph will get power creep. There's no way. I think Epitaph is one of the newest generation. So Epitaph is good if you guys have Epitaph, because I already have Epitaph. Anyways, guys, story time. It's time to do the story. Alright, guys. So okay. Before we start again, guys, YouTube have at least 12 seconds. If you chat, enter, and then if you didn't see your chat on the overlay on my screen, it will on the live stream screen. It, because there's a delay. I put it on purpose. There's a delay of 12 or 20 seconds. Okay, and additional 3 seconds before it appear on my own screen and before I can read it. So, but on Twitch, literally, if you chat, it goes straight to my screen. That's it. Yeah, yo, they're gonna give him. It's more like Epitaph is within the free selector. Yeah, because for me, I'm gonna get Shukra. I need Ice Team. I need Ice Team. Okay, guys, let's go. Story. Is this the continuation of what I heard about the relation to? Okay, it's guys. Let's be quiet. Let's be quiet. Okay. Guys, don't forget to drink coffee. Or maybe drink tea, okay? Today, we're gathered here to mourn someone important. It who died. He was my best student, everyone's reliable comrade, and the Forsakens' most trusted leader. Huh? Wait. Guys, after I finish chapter 26, I can go straight to chapter 27, right? Right, guys? Oh, why the starting point? Like, I missed something. Some best student, everyone's reliable comrade, and the Forsaken's most trusted leader. My best student, brother's best student, current student is Watanabe. Forsaken most trusted leader. Wait, what happened to Watanabe? Oh. Despite all our efforts, the 6-month search has brought no good news. Or is that a mistranslation there? All we found were wreckages and the remains of a few comrades. So it was with great regret that I must announce our leader. Huh? There's a freaking insect. Okay, it's just tiny. This chapter probably happened before chapter 20. Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember correctly because Watanabe is Watanabe get do his own shit alone, right? And I think Ballard is on there also, and they didn't continue that event afterward. So we after they talk about that, and then Watanabe vanished. The lore continue focus on Lamia and the commandant. All right, gotcha. So this event, it's left us. Wait, what happened? What? But see me a baller literally. Our fight will not end here. The battle will continue as it always does. When one person goes down, another will rise to take the torch until we achieve victory and reclaim what is ours. Oh my god, carbon is, yeah, that's a negative thing about the Twitch, you guys. You can chat there, I can read it faster, but you got a flashbang with a lot of ads. Okay, is that even my ads? Because my ads only once, once or twice every hour. When one person goes down, okay, under the monument, Ballard's solemn voice stirs the emotions of everyone present. Ballard is ballarding. I first met Watanabe during the Golden Age. Before the punishing virus outbreak, he was just a child, an ordinary kid. I asked him what he wanted to become, and he said he hadn't decided yet because he didn't know what the future held or what he would be like when he grew up. When I met him again, he was not the same. He was no longer the boy from the Golden Age. He said that to overcome disasters and save others, he had to become a different person. I initially thought he had given up his original dreams of becoming a soldier since his mother sacrificed herself on the punishing virus broke out. But I gradually realized that wasn't he meant. Oh, Lucia. Yo, welcome to the stream. We're doing chapter 27, and the starting chapters already someone died. Holy cow. But I gradually realized that wasn't what he meant. Soldier, contract leader? No. None of this were what Watanabe was talking about. He wanted to become a better person, the best person he could be. Oh my god, Lucio Crimson weaves that to birthdays tomorrow. Holy cow. Damn, bro is getting older. Damn, huh? Congrats. What is tomorrow? There's a lot of food on your house. Oh my god, guys, visit Lucia Crimson Wave. Visit his house. Okay, let's go back to the story. He wanted to become a better person, the best person he could be. To become. The dark clouds are being torn apart by lightning, and rain pours down from the gap. Oh my god, I'm invited. Holy cow. You know what's crazy, Lucia? Even my childhood friend birthday's tomorrow. And the store is getting intense. I mean, the freaking store right now is BGM is getting intense. Holy cow, what's happening? The dark clouds are being torn apart by lightning, and rain pours down from the gap. The rain soaks everyone, drenching their clothes and hair. No one speaks and no one leaves. To become someone who can speak for the unprivileged. To become someone who can protect the weak. To become someone who can fight against injustice. Ballard, with all of that talking, why the heck are you on Phantom Pain Cage? Okay, why are you in the Phantom Pain Cage, huh? Can you explain? Yeah, guys, Ballard is on Phantom Pain Cage. Holy cow! Watanabe sacrificed himself in the struggle. He became the person he wanted to be, the best person that exists. The thunder fails to drown out Ballard's powerful voice, and the anger in everyone's hearts cannot be extinguished by mere rain. Watanabe led us in this struggle. He brought us from having nothing to having everything. He brought justice back to this world and showed all survivors that this barren land isn't just about deceit, slaughter, and survival of the strongest. Mutual partnerships, love, and overcoming hardships together still shine brightly in these ruins. We will not abandon any comrades. We will defend every inch of our land, and we will pass the flame of hope to everyone in need. Did the deserters on Babylonia think that destroying Watanabe's body would extinguish this flame? Ballard clenched his fist and placed it on his chest. They are wrong. This flame will not go out from any sacrifice. Every heroic soul will become the fuel that helps this fire burn brighter. to warm and awaken those being oppressed. Does Babylon think that suppressing us with force will cool the sparks of rebellion? They are wrong again. We have never feared spilling blood or sacrifice. So how can threats from the searchers stop us from breaking free from our shackles? We respect those who fight, but Babylonia continues to oppress its warriors. Such an unpopular regime will never win. High up on the platform, Balor's gaze sweeps over everyone present. Rebellion might mean death, but not rebellion means never having lived. We have liberated the area that rightfully belongs to the Forsaken. But why should we stop here? Look at this monument. During the Golden Age, it symbolized unity. Today, we return here to mourn our fallen leader and comrades. But is this what they need the most? No. The best way to honor them is to fulfill their dreams and to witness the future they wanted to see. Ballard raises his arm, shattering the falling raindrops. His passionate voice echoes across the memorial square. Comrades, oppressed souls are still waiting for liberation in the conservation areas. You know that not all Forsaken members are here today. Our trusted comrades are holding the front lines, guarding us against possible attacks. So today's memorial is not just a remembrance, but a rallying call for the future. Let us turn sacrifice into motivation to break the rotten, compressive chains. Bring justice back to the world. Restore dignity to everyone. Remember, this struggle only has two outcomes for both sides, victory or death. If we must choose an outcome, then we will choose victory, complete victory. Oh my god, a new model. As Balor's speech finishes, deafening cheers echo the sky, shattering the dark clouds. Balor looks up in the sky, the downpour continues and looks like it's going to last a long time. This weather again. Okay. Holy cow, that shit is some yabai. WGNC. What happened to chat? A lot of people chatting on. Oh, by the way, I look at Nanami at Nuwa. Yeah, that's why when I'm checking Nanami yesterday, I didn't see her. It looks like hear me in YouTube. Happy birthday become tomorrow. I want here. Yeah. Again, yeah, guys. Happy birthday to our member on Twitch, on our follower on Twitch, Lucia Crimson. Bro, I'm shedding tear. You catching up the last chapters. Oh wait, what happened to Twitch? Only if you've... Yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna find your house. I'm on another house tomorrow, Lucia Crimson Wave. Don't worry, Lucia Crimson Wave. PJs, you can just do it if you have a free time, don't worry. Okay. Okay, new character. True, I'm here to see you again. And other than that, guys, those who are in a lore like me, I'm still, because a lot of people saying that the perspective that we player experienced during chapter 26 is a clone, but for me that's not a clone. The one who died literally there, the one who got his consciousness transferred to chaos is literally the real commandant. The one commandant on the surface that survived is just a clone. Alright? I mean, even most CN is saying the same like me. I guess. On my nose. The man placed a bucket in the front of the tombstone. His light blue eyes reflect a figure that was no more. Last time you were in Banana chapter. The tombstone is simple with only the name, date of birth and death, and a short epitaph. Is that why Watanabe's frame, his newest frame, is called epitaph? She sleep. Okay, never mind. She sleeps here along with the war, bringing peace as a gift to the world. Watanabe, give your mother a beacon. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is of like child Uncle Watanabe. You'll find the truth about the clones in chapter 20. Okay. Okay, I'm still a long way for me to reach. I don't know where. I still remember because that shit got me emotional and got me thinking about. Wait, I'm kind of bit. I want more about like proof of the are the commandant on the surface right now, or like after chapter 26 is literally the real one, because literally the end cutscene in the end scene of the chapter 26 is someone tempered yeah our data. Anyways, it is what it is. Let's go. Bros Papa, holy god, Bros Papa is here. Okay. The boy places a bucket in front of the tombstones and uses his handkerchief to wipe away the fallen leaves. Shin and Watanabe, you're here. Look, like I'm late for once. Oh. Oh, so Balor's like uncle for Watanabe, and now we call Watanabe uncle. A tall figure walks over from the other end of the path. For Watanabe, if he has to choose a person he trusts most, excluding his often absent parents, it will undoubtedly be Ballard. Although sometimes he trains Watanabe with demands that seem harsh for a child, Ballard's posture and aura are always with what Watanabe aspires to. Uncle, yeah. But yeah, Ballard, why the heck are you in PPC? Call me instructor. But today, I'll make an exception. Ballard places the bucket in his hand in front of the tombstone, and only then does he notice the 3 other buckets already there. This bucket is... He looks at Shin with a questioning gaze. With the name itself, I can tell bro is good at using sword. Bro is sword wielder instead of gun user. Shin itself, like, yeah, that's a freaking good name for that's name is literally used for most sword wielder characters on gacha game or anime. It's from Mr. Hans. Oh, Hans! Wait. Is it oh, Choto? Is it the same Hans as the one who sacrificed himself on Polio Forest? Chapter 16? Damn. Again, old man. Rest in peace, bro. Okay, what happened? He probably using fence. Oh, Nefty. Good evening. Yeah, we're doing a story right now. We're just chilling. So it's a good place to AFK if you want, guys. Because even my voice is boring, and most of you guys are kind of might end up sleeping. So I mean, yeah, this is a place good for AFK. All right. Or if you have questions, just ask. If I might end up reading the chat every few minutes, or maybe after 10 minutes. Okay, the cemetery staff said he comes here every year, but he always avoids us. You and Tsuru were his most promising students. You also meet Tsuru through him. It's not boring though. Oh my god, someone said that yet. Oh, like, oh, okay. Because I 80% expect most people here during me playing story part of the game just AFK, that's it. But if you have question, I mean, good for you guys if you'll see my stream not boring, you know. Anyways, let's go back to the story. Just before the war ended, there was a misjudgment that led the annihilation of Tsuru's team. Oh, damn. It's Friday who sleeps. I mean, understandable. None is gonna sleep. None is going to sleep so the weekend would be longer. Understandable, bro. It's not boring. It's ASMR, bro. I mean, I guess, yeah. Because even for me, at least there's no Arknights player here, guys. Yeah, I've been listening to Skadi's VA for like ENVA for like a while now. After I woke up, I listened. Yeah. Anyways, I feel that regret still haunts him to this day. That's war. Scars like, oh my god, Scar got mentioned. Oh my god, Scar got mentioned. Anyways, I'm just joking. Scars like this can't be healed by finding someone to blame. Only peace can mend the wounds torn open by war. I came to terms with it a long time ago, but Hans, I suppose that's common for someone who was fought all their life. So to the present, only Ballard, Nicola, yeah, those peeps on Babylonia. This are in short, there are only like less than 10 people who survived from the Golden Age, I guess. Damn. I suppose that's common for someone who was fought all their life. Fortunately, we've finally achieved peace. Peace. It will give us the time to heal these wounds. Yeah, Hassan. Oh yeah, Carbine. Why do you look like you have something else to say? Discard the new construct. Actually, wait, if it's classified information from your SIB, I don't want to hear it. It's not really classified. I mean, when Arnold... Oh my god, Arnold got the mention, guys. Arnold again, RIP. Your sacrifice is not in vain during Exa Story Chapter 4. Hidden? Hold on, I think around Chapter 4. Exa Story Chapter 4. Arnold, friend of Hans. Let's continue. Had a shouting match with the president. Everyone heard it, including the environmental and sanitation department downstairs. Probably only space soldiers like you haven't heard about it yet. Ballard speaks in a rare tone of helplessness and frustration. You always talk about Lieutenant General Arnold like this. He's your superior, yet it sounds like you don't respect him much. I admire his achievements in the Security Intelligence Bureau, but that's as far as it goes. Privately, I can respect someone who opens surstroming in the office, even if he explained later it was just a joke for Hans and President Trillard. I don't know Trillard, but I know Hans. I know Arnold. Remember that the 6th proposal for military expenditure reduction I mentioned to you last time? Although the Space Force's budget wasn't affected much, I heard the army faced significant cuts. After the last revision of the Joint Charter, most countries relinquished a large portion of their military command. We no longer have external enemies on Earth to guard against, nor do we need to maintain so many national armies. I suspect this is before the severe, the starting point of punishing virus, right? Right, guys? Because we're on the surface, there's tombstone, everything's chill, everything's relaxed, everything's calm. With these vibes, I conclude that yeah, this is before the punishing. Because this bro just called Ballard called Shin as what's that again? Space soldier. Such proposals pass every year. Was there still opposition this year? More like it goes heavy modified. In a sense, it can no longer be considered a military budget reduction proposal. President Trillard propose a contract system in the parliament, listing part of the armed forces as a contradictable units. If this proposal passes, back to the present. Oh my god, Hans. This is Hans, right? If not, I mean, maybe I'm just tripping because bro's hair is different. If this proposal passes, those conglomerates and economic entities will be able to meddle in the WG armed forces. Chillard, what exactly are you planning to do with this proposal? Oh man, it's Hans. Oh, it's literally Hans. Okay. I thought you'd be visiting the cemetery today. I went earlier this morning since this World Government Executive Meeting is happening this afternoon. Here, new glasses. I met your secretary on my way and brought them for you. The man in commander uniform hands over the glasses. I needed this. My bro have glasses already. Why do you need another glass? He removes the old pair that is missing half of one lens. Oh, I don't trust you, bro. Oh, didn't think much about it earlier, but now I can finally see the stairs clearly. Why did Arnold punch so hard even though we gave him a heads up? I even chose the executive meeting that he usually attends virtually, but this time he showed up in person. Our director of the Security Intelligence Bureau is as sharp as ever. No wonder people call him the Hound. Let's see. Serves you right. You know exactly who Arnold despised the most. A bill so blatantly biased. You should be grateful that security reacted quickly, or else you'd have ended up with more damage than a pair of broken glasses. As the president, I can't appear on the morning news with bruises. I'll have to schedule an appointment with the medical consortium to reduce the swelling. Well, if you'll excuse me now. Ori, don't try to evade my question. There's no one else here. You can speak your mind, old fox. We've been working together since before the formation of the WG. I know what you put on paper is never what you really mean to do. Then why bother digging? Actually, we just need money. Lots of it. Oh. Chillard gives an awkward smile. To avoid further embarrassment, he turns to look at the huge statue built to commemorate the unification. Industrial stagnation, shaken beliefs, the quagmire of war, the appearance of anyone that this would threaten the status quo, and the world government bears the load of the whole of humanity. Even the smallest crack could cause this dam to collapse. Dominic and the Science Council have solved the problem of belief. When the world's smartest minds gather to create the miracles for humanity, their proposed ideologies become deeply rooted, unshakable as steel. And through the military peace operations over the past decade, extreme ideologies and extremists have lost their means and grounds for survival, freeing us from the quagmire of war. But Hans, while we've unified ideology and power, our resources have yet to be unified. And is that the starting point of Babylonia? The spherical sculptures reflects in Chillard's eyes. He can see a small figure on its reflective surface. The monument beneath the sculpture carries the name of every martyr who sacrificed for peace, along with an inscription at the base. A world for all. Most resources are still controlled by a minority, and these people won't be swayed by beliefs. They are like the fat dragons guarding treasures in Knight's novel, flipping on mountains of gold and agate while worrying that we might one day break into their caves and plunder their treasures. But in fact, we can never use force against them. I figure that means you decide to trade with them. For their own good, they would sell the ropes they will use to hang themselves. If it's a grand gift, it naturally becomes a different price. You hear the same expressions as those corporate representatives when they heard your proposal. Only those who share their full taste can talk about these things. Dominic and his scientists stabilize the beliefs. You and your army resolves the wars. And as for the mundane matters of daily life, leave them to someone as ordinary as yours truly. Okay. 0 point energy and the starting point of the punishing Project Eden, Project Babylonia. It's hard to move forward when our resources are not unified. You're playing with fire. These people are just going to chuck their manners out the window once they're powerful enough, or have what it takes to contend with the world government. But if I can use this fire to my advantage, then I can cook great stuff with it, and naturally, I know just what to do not to get burned. First of all, it's true that the army has implemented a contract system, but recruitment and training qualifications are still in our hands, which ensures the scale of mercenaries won't go haywire. Unless they're willing to tread the fine line of the law, and there's very few people inclined to choose a precarious life spent fighting in the shadows. Secondly, the contract system only applies to the army and some of its equipment, confining their army force strictly to the land. Such a single force is insignificant under a complete 4-dimensional strike system of land, sea, air, and space. I'm sure they thought of this already, so what's the point of your proposal? And your containment plan only works under ideal conditions. If there's an issue with the people carrying out your plan would take a nosedive. I'm aware of that. This is never meant to be a long-term plan. And they didn't have us in mind when they decided to hire armed forces. When they realize they can't quickly resolve or corrupt the world government, they'll naturally turn their focus inward. When you get a bunch of fish trapped in a pond, they'll eventually either devour or invade one another. This is determined by their operational logic, not your will. During their internal conflicts, we can break free from Earth's gravity and organize colonization teams for other planets. It won't be long before the vast resources of space are within human reach. By then, what value will the coins they hold have? Damn. Okay. Trillard, your thinking got my interest, holy cow. A rare trace of fanaticism appears on Trillard's face. He looked toward the sky, seemingly wanting to gaze through the clouds into the boundless stars. I see you're not satisfied with the fact that verification of Eden 1 is way ahead of schedule. Do you plan to complete both Project 0 Point Energy and Project Eden within your 10-year term? Come on, I'm anything but an overachiever. I see you're keeping a cool head there, which is great. That's why I'm aiming for our re-election. Hence, no politician can refuse the achievement of leading humanity beyond Earth, and I'm no exception. Besides, I'm getting old. I want to elevate the world government's prestige to a new heights, and perhaps leave a legacy in the annals of history. What a thing to say about someone as mediocre as me. I can assure you, though, that I'm not being entirely selfish here. I've always placed the world government above myself. There is one thing you failed to consider, though. What if they throw their coins away and choose to bet on space too? If they too set their sights on the cosmos and on the stars, Chillard turns around, the sunlight filtering through the spherical sculpture landing on him. He spreads his arms as if to embrace the giant fireball in the sky, or the entire world before him. That would make them like-minded people, no? What would I have to worry about then? Damn. Okay. Now we're back. Shin and Ballard continues to discuss issues beyond his understanding, and the boy's thoughts begin to drift. There is no remains under his mother's tombstone. In that fierce assault, extremists used an unstable thermal cannon. The haywire explosion turned them and the government forces into ashes. In the 400-meter diameter crater, no traces of human were found, only molten iron and cooling, crystallizing rocks. Oh shit. That's where Watanabe's mom died. Holy cow. The smoke from the explosion covered the entire city, taking a week to settle. Perhaps that was when the sacrificed jewel returned to the soil. For humanity, it was the last day of war and chaos. But for the families of the sacrificed, it was their first day of grieving. Damn. Why did Mom have to go to those missions when they were so dangerous? Though Watanabe didn't witness it firsthand, through the gruesome photos and the repeated news broadcast, he felt as though he could smell the gunpowder. And what the bodies must have been through when they blew up. It was the moment those people and his mother was frozen in death. Everything Watanabe thought of this, his stomach would spasm. This made him dizzy at the sight of injuries, because what he saw wasn't a fresh wound on his retina, but that lingering illusion of death. Countless times, Watanabe questioned his mother, who was no longer there. Oh my god, Caravan's addicted to Ishmama. Holy cow. Yeah, go listen to her voice before you sleep. Just be careful. You might end up sleeping right now. Same question he never had the guts to ask his father, fearing it would only add to his grief. Ballard might be a good choice, but would it make him think I'm a wimp? The boy is unable to find the answer to his question, his heart heavy with worries and overthinking. I think a youngster Watanabe has never seen appears in sight, because this was the responsibility he chose to shoulder. The youngster gently places a memorial bouquet in front of the tombstone and bows their head in silent tribute. The youngster appears to be a member of the military personnel like Shin, except they were wearing a completely different uniform. Responsibility, he said. What about her responsibility as a mother and a wife? Watanabe is seeing the youngster for the first time, yet he's feeling a strange sense of familiarity with the young person. Watanabe knows he should be exercising his vigilance, and yet he finds himself asking this question that's been in the back of his mind. There are many soldiers in the world who can carry out missions, but to my father, she was his only wife. To me, she was my only. Understandable, bro. Did we really mean that little to her? She never ignored you. You were also the source of her faith. Damn, who is this person talking right now? Guys, who is this person talking right now? Holy cow. You will face the same choices in the future. My mother left nothing but an empty tombstone. I swear I'll never be like her. No, there's more to it than that. The sound of raindrops hitting the leaves interrupts the young soldier's next words. Show your face. Who is this soldier right now? Who is this person talking to Watanabe? The rain comes without warning, weighing on the boy's heart. Watanabe, we need to go. His father's voice comes from somewhere nearby. Before Watanabe knows it, he and Ballard have already reached the cemetery's exit. Alright. Watanabe takes off his coat to shield himself from the intensifying rain and jogs toward his father. Those around insist that the strange youngster has already moved to the next tombstone, offering another bouquet of flowers. Through the hazy rain, he visually makes out a symbol of a shield and a wing imprinted in the youngster's cloak. Is that Grey Ravens? Wait, what? Wait, huh? Shield and a wing imprinted. Wait, what? Wait, eh? Holy cow, wait. Oh wait, that shit is getting interesting. Holy cow. It's either Grey Ravens or Falcon Squad. Watanabe, let's get going already. Coming. The rain intensifies, forcing Watanabe to curl up entirely under his coat as he runs. Yeah, that's why Yeah, this is the old Grey Ravens. More like during Revenge lead during his time. I think that's the first Grey Ravens, right? I remember correctly. Then the second generation is as Commandant. So Grey Ravens already exist? Or it have its... Oh, no, because that's the old... Grey Ravens already the name of the squad ever since. Okay. Interesting. I will hate the first. I mean, it's already planned. Yeah, understandable though on your part, Carbine. I even hate the Revenge. Nah. That's the Commandant. That's us. That's our model itself. That's not Revenge. Wait, what? And the Raven right there. Oh my god. Now how I mean yeah, I understand your question. That's why I'm about to say like how old are we? Because there up until now in this chapter, ever since chapter 1, I didn't have any information of the background deep like mother parents of Shikikan. So I'm just speculating something kinda, you know. Anyways, I just need to see what he is going to say. What's Shikikan gonna say? The young officer's figure stands like a lighthouse at sea, surrounded by the tombstones forming a cluster of reefs, lonely yet resolute. Oh my god. Because there's no clue how old are we, right? 2900 days until the punishing virus outbreak. How did we go through chapter 16 if we're hundreds? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, it is what it is. Oh, let's continue. This is the past. Let me just check PPC. Okay, Phantom Pain. This bottle appeared on the Phantom Pain cage on the last PPC, previous PPC. Now let's continue. Oh my god. Where do we go from here? It's something people never stop talking about, no matter the era. Where does life originate? How is consciousness born? What is at the end of the universe? Yeah, up until now, IRL, there's a lot of people, scientists, questioning this stuff. And where does human civilization go? Parliament. Oh my god, it's Kogawa Kurono, fuck you. It is freaking Kogawa Kurono. I remember your face. I remember how fucked up are you. Okay. We should focus on the continuation and inheritance of civilization and to enhance the advantages of the human race. Because I know what you did. I kind of feel pity with Celia, alright? On Project Celia. Bro, you played with her emotion. Holy cow. You mess around with her, you peg her. Holy cow. That's some fucked up stuff happened to her. Because remember guys, even Celia herself, when we're about to merge, when Commander is about to merge with Celia, with her mind, Celia even said that she's telling what the Commander gonna experience. Like she's saying that don't merge with my mind, don't join me, something like that, right? So well, I just feel sad and pity with her. She is a victim, just like Cinderella. Cinderella. I'm more like not Cinderella. Cinderella, you have a messed up person character, but I mean see the 07. We should focus on the continuation and inheritance of civilization to enhance the advantages of the human race. Some want to follow biological instincts to keep passing on the will and life of the individual. Genes, the tiny differences in genes, are what makes us who we are. With molecular level manipulation, we can perfectly replicate the body one-on-one. So it's still related to mind duplication, mind fusion. Next, as long as we concentrate funding and gestalt computing power on the 100% replication of consciousness signals, we can achieve continuous rebirth. So they already have gestalt. It means Kowloon already have Huaxu, I guess. I think. Imagine a day when humanity is free of aging and illness, then never has to lose its leaders to accidents and time, and our wisdom and experience will accumulate over time. Some want to break the shackles of mortal body through self-modification. Starting point of construct, I guess. Earth's the cradle that breeds life. Oh my god, it's hey, the scientist that got cooked when I am doing chapter 22. Oh no, not 22. It's chapter 25, I think. Yeah, on Alpha chapter. Earth's the cradle that breeds life. Life is born from the cradle, and the atmosphere protects us from the cosmic rotation, with abundant organic matter to keep ourselves from hunger. But what is the world beyond the cradle like? What will we rely on to face deadly cosmic rays, the vacuum, and ultra-low temperatures? Move the entire ecological cradle into the sky? That would be a lot of work. If we can't modify ourselves, humanity will never be able to sever the umbilical cord with its home planet. I'm not saying humanity shouldn't develop a space fleet, just that we should modify ourselves first before discussing the future. Interesting. When empty talks turns into reality, people making decisions realize the immense pressure they face. After solving the practical issue of cold fusion and completing Gestalt construction, what should the next 10-year plan be? Gene correction, human modification, digital life? With limited resources in the home planet system, implementing all these plans simultaneously is clearly a pipe dream. Going forward, humanity must tread carefully. The clash of various thoughts, moral choices, and the entanglement of interests make it difficult to reach a clear conclusion in the century-long debate. Until that person lieutenant brought the theoretical report and construction plan to the World Government Conference. That person. Oh yeah. Starting point of COVID on PGR. Casimir effect, quantum fluctuation. I'm sick of these formulas. Trillard takes off his glass and drops his temples that were throbbing from the complex formulas. Faced with these documents, which was more of an academic paper than a plan, Trillard decisively ignores the theoretical part and turns to the last page. Energy can be extracted from any point in space and converted into the form of energy needed. It's a converter. Upon reading this, Trillard's pupils dilate slightly. The possibility this sentence hints at quickly flashed through his mind. But as a politician, especially as the first president of the world government, he can show any bias. He puts his glasses back on, masking his inner excitement with his usual mild demeanor. The application of 0-point energy. It sounds like fantasy, but there shouldn't be any doubt as it is authenticity since Chief Technician Dominic was the one who proposed it. Yeah, let's have the thinking of Golden Age as the present time. Yeah, 0-point energy is literally like a fantasy. Like converting energy into what is really needed. That shit is OP. That shit is I mean, world government the world have only one government, right, during this time. So there's not that much severe internal conflict. But with with us IRL, if someone, a country develop something similar as 0-point energy, something better than nuclear reactor, oh my god, they're gonna fight with that. Scientists will every scientist will have their eyes on that shit. Okay, like them. And well, what's the result? War. That's it. Anyways, let's go back to the story. However, with our recent completion of... Oh wait. Okay, never mind. It's not similar as 0-point reactor because I think there's something kinda. It's a mineral that's recently found by China. That is, they're converting that energy, that mineral into energy, I think. Okay. However, with our recent completion of the energy revolution and mastery of cold fusion, upgrading the energy industry might not be the most pressing issue for humanity. So could you please explain the necessity of this project? Researcher NIKKE. Oh my god, a red haired chick. A red haired chick, guys. All eyes now turn to focus on the young woman at the podium, as opposed to the seasoned veteran present. She seems too young, almost naive. NIKKE. Interesting. This is the first time they hear her name, but the person standing behind her is a luminary in human history that can be overlooked. The legendary Dominic, who united the initially disparate scientists to establish the Science Council and led humanity out of the Great Depression. Why would the chief technician, who never appeared in public, send such a young lieutenant to such an important meeting? Is there more to it than meets the eye here? Or is the chief grooming NIKKE as a successor? In the silence, speculation brews. Trillard realized that the researcher has been silent since submitting the proposal and hasn't answered the previous question. Researcher NIKKE? Trillard calls her name again. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh my gosh, you have a nice... holy cow. Illustrator, you are into something. Anyways. NIKKE looks up, apparently tired from lack of sleep moment. She's overworked. Have you finished reading the proposal? I thought it would take less another half hour. With his sharp eyes, Hans noticed that NIKKE has turned off the alarm on her wrist terminal. It appears that she was trying to sneak in a nap while the council members read the proposal. I skipped the theoretical research part. I mean, I'm a politician, not a scientist. Now let me ask this again. On behalf of the WG, what's the point of this 0-point energy that's mentioned in the proposal when we've just completed energy revolution and mastered cold fusion? Let's say cold fusion is after a nuclear energy, I guess. Am I right? Hold on. Let me just check something. Cold fusion hypothesis about nuclear fusion at room temperature. Okay, so it's kind of bit the same. Yeah, because cold fusion is if it worked, it'd be a form of nuclear fusion. Okay, gotcha. Naruto. Damn, my brain is braining here. Holy cow. Okay, anyways. The new decade-long project is to decide humanity's next step. If this proposal is just for show and doesn't bring us a substantial breakthrough and leap forward, then I'm afraid the world government has no reason to provide the financial support. You might as well hold her through convincing us. Hans, familiar with his old friend rhetoric, shakes his head, knowing what Thriller is playing at. A decade? You'll probably only read the last page. The estimate time on the proposal is 20 years. 10 years would only be enough for validation. Miss Neidhart, this is no place for bad jokes. Validation is necessary. The results will determine whether humanity can use our current technology to build colony ships that travel faster than light. If validation fails, the only feasible part of this plan would be Project Zero Point Energy that you mentioned. This could provide humanity with an additional 70 trillion kilowatt-hours of clean energy. Yep. But the most trivial benefit of Project Zero Point Energy. So 0 point reactor. Okay, speed of light. Travel of space. And you know what, guys? That's what humans IRL needed the most. Some energy that can help us travel the speed of light so that we can conquer the space. Continually venture the stars. Yeah. Because that's one of the weakness of spaceships. Okay, we need an energy. We need something that can help us venture. Its true significance lies on breaking the way we've been using energy since the second industrial revolution. Neidhart appears half asleep, but she is laser sharp and focused on when it comes to our field of expertise. Currently, no matter how we generate energy, we need to go through conversion before we can use it. That's true. We burn fuel cells for heat, expand gases for power. Our method of obtaining energy are changing, but the inefficient and wasteful conversion process has been no breakthrough. Which is why Dawn 3 has only been able to reach 1% of light speed after prolonged acceleration, despite its cold fusion engine and load capacity. Crossing the Oort cloud alone would take generations, let alone exploring farther into space. With 0 point energy, it's different. Its properties allow it to be collected and converted into any known form of energy simultaneously. This is written on page 36, line 57. This means collection and conversion happen simultaneously, eliminating energy loss, efficiency, and conversion time, so we end up directly with the energy in the form we desire. Detailed explanation can be found in page 41 from 65. So yeah, efficiency of the 0 point reactor, 0 point energy. If the initial phase of validation is successful, that would put us one step closer to bringing a new colony ship with 0 point engines to reality. Our ships could break the 10% light speed limit, and in the future even surpass light speed. Please refer to page 79 to 92 for details. That's about it. Any more questions? Well, you can probably find all the answers to your questions in the proposal, though. Seemingly exhausted from the presentation, Neidhart props her chin with her palm, looking as if she might fall off the podium. No one in the room, however, calls her out in her behavior, because they're all held spellbound with the idea of faster than light. Because up until now, guys, based on the lore, the one who can travel faster than light is literally on a world, a ship, a battleship, a mothership, okay, is the ship that the future Nanami is using. Alright, that's it. Up until now that we're reading this event has been happening. The future Nanami just chill in the space, lonely, you know. The sound of tapping screens become the only melody that echoes through the room as everyone meticulously reads the sections that Hart pointed out. So are you saying we need to spend 10 years of resources just to validate a possibility? Moreover, the proposal mentions modifying the lunar base that's meant for starship production and assembly. And this is the starting point. The grandpa of Karenina will be added in on the story and build up the and continue lead the project for inward device, right? For constructs. We'd end up with nothing to show for the 10 years spent and significantly smaller fleet of starships if the project fails. With only the orbital spaceport's production capacity, we could only deliver 30 starships by the deadline, when we originally planned for 100, that is. No matter how grand this plan seems, but putting all our eggs in one basket is not wise. A world for all, this is the world government's founding principle. Lest we forget. While it's true that the Science Council has had many epoch-making achievement, we can bet 10 years worth of humanity's time on a theory that even the Science Council is uncertain about. The councilor's opposition is unmistakable. All the crowd, having calmed down from their fantasism over faster than light, begins to discuss the pros and cons. Seeing it Hart still silent with her head down, the new councilor eagerly adds, by compromising, I think Professor God wins. Oh my god. Yeah. Godwin is the one who died. The one who got stuck, who got beaten, who got devoured by the test subjects. Based on what I read on Alpha chapter, okay? When we come back, when we go visit the Fort Winter lab, alright? Found it. Excuse me, I'm still talking. First of all, I'm here as a researcher, and I would greatly appreciate if you could address me as a researcher at heart like the president does. Secondly, the chief mentioned that many members of the Science Council were too busy with the research to attend the meeting, so they sent me this to express their stance. Now, this is what we call a petition, I presume. Knit Hart turns on her terminal and projects a short text into the screen. The prediction is simple, merely a request for the world government to support the zero-point reactor and subsequent research. Okay. So I still have this question about the zero-point reactor that causes the widespread of punishing virus. Because Atlantis successfully managed to defend, to defend themselves from the punishing, right? When they literally try to imitate the event on the surface, right? And the starting point where we found the Omega file, right? Which is the which is like window defender of the zero-point reactor. So which zero-point reactor caused the punishing virus? Because there's no way the punishing virus go haywire. Because again, if the punishing virus go out, suddenly the Omega file will devour itself. That's what happened on Atlantis. So who caused? It's not Kowloon. I didn't, because remember during Kowloon chapter, the friend of Chu is go on her journey to visit to talk to world government, and during the time she got infected, and Kowloon is on their way to defend their land, right? So it's not from Kowloon. I thought first it's all started on Kowloon, China, but no, it's not. So I prefer it's near Asia, kinda, if based on IRL. So I'm still curious on PGR though, which place it all started. Which zero-point reactor? Because there's a lot of zero-point reactor, right? It's not only one, it's not only two, there's more of them. The project is simple, merely a quest, okay? What matters is the long list of signatures below. Constant. Oh my god. A freaking Russian name. A Russian person. Initiator of the Project Orient of Project Interstellar Voyage, founder of Modern Stars. I mean, who is gonna decline that? Who's going to decline something that can help you venture the space of the voyage, the space? You know, of course we're gonna agree. Mostly if bro is a fanatic of venturing the space. William Leibowitz, founder of Quantum. Holy cow. Damn. All these people, founder of quantum computing process standards. Know how good are you if you are a founder of quantum computing? How is your IQ is above 150. You have an inhuman IQ. That's how it is. William Leibowitz have IQ kinda similar or have a greater IQ compared to the researcher at Atlantis. Oh my god though. Igor Nevelyevich Lando. Is this based also on your real name? Hold on. Okay. Max Planck, the founder of quantum theory on IRL. Alright, gotcha. Polymath, designer of the first cold fusion reactor. Bro, you're not gonna decline. Designer of the first cold fusion reactor. It's already similar as the first designer creator of nuclear reactor, IRL. We're talking with energy. Who's gonna decline that shit? Holy God. Chief engineer of Gestalt, of course. And the last one, last in this long list of signatures. Dominic, founder and chief technician of the Science Council, pioneer of Gestalt design theory, proposer of cold fusion theory and its practical application, creator of the first strong AI machine. You know what's crazy, guys, with AI right now? Yeah, AI will literally advance fast, mostly if a war is about to occur. Because AI is good for defense, country's defense. Alright. Holy cow. This group of scientific elites that once led humanity out of the Great Depression has once again come together as one. They're not gonna decline the shit. You guys are not gonna decline councilman, parliament. You're not gonna decline the shit, okay? Holy cow. Though some of them are now frail and confined to intensive care units, no one can ignore the ways of their words. For they were and still are humanity's beacons of hope. And when they united for a single cause, I'd say this is more of a bet. The Science Council trying to curse the world government into making a decision biased on your favor. The refined consular. Remember, politicians. It is something that why the scientists gave this textbook for you guys to read. Not only seeing the result. Okay, there's a lot of good thing than bad thing on this experiment. You know. Remember, limited energy. Result interstellar voyage. Okay. If if a viewers guys doesn't know what is what I mean by limit energy, something better than nuclear reactor. Okay. The refined counselor slams a table, pointing at Neathart and angrily accusing her, seemingly about to curse. Biased? We seek nothing for ourselves. All these research will serve humanity. This petition is merely to voice the wishes of those researchers who can't be present today. Isn't this summit supposed to decide the future? Shouldn't we all be open to more opinions here? Most councilmen pale at what Neathart just said. They're either from entrenched families, complex interest groups, or emerging enterprises. They fought hard to earn their seats at this assembly, hoping to ride the wave of the times. Faced with the petition where the list of signatures runs longer than the main text itself, their hidden agendas seem destined to crumble. Right then, someone burst out laughing. This summit is indeed open to everyone's opinions, and I'm sure we'll all take in your valuable suggestions to heart. If there are no further questions, let's proceed to the vote. This meeting is a turning point in the fate of civilization, in which humanity chooses to spark their hope. And guys, with this humanity, just a theory, with this humanity's advancement because of the zero-point reactor, another civilization came here to destroy our advancement, to stop our advancement, to stop advancing advancing planets, you know. Okay, let's go. I hereby announce, based on the decision of the 13th World Government Summit, that for the next decade, or rather the next 20 years, Project Eden proposed by the Science Council will be our primary focus. May human civilization achieve greater glory. Project Babylonia. Our next target is the stars. Still unaware of the impending disaster, everyone cheers for a supposed grand future down the road. Of course, in the moon's lunar base. In the first year, Project Zero Point Energy, a sub-project of Project Eden, officially launched. Led by the Science Council, it aims to establish 5 experimental zero-point reactors worldwide. Okay, there's 5. Atlantis, Kowloon. I don't know which the 3. Or I forgot something, but yeah, I don't know which place that other 3 zero-point reactors are. Oh wait, hold on. The other zero-point reactor is on Babylonia, right? So we did the 2. Where's the other 2? Officially launched, led by the Science Council, it aims to establish 5 experimental zero-point reactors worldwide to verify the reactor's reliability from multiple perspectives. In the second year, with support from 3 large and a few proponents, Project Eden makes a significant headway. The same year, sites for the construction of zero-point reactors are selected, and theoretically verification of the zero-point engines begin. In the third year, theoretically verification of zero-point engine is completed. Oh my god. Oh my god, these people is so genius. Holy cow, just third year already after the project started. They are already have verified the they already theoretically verified the verificated the zero-point engine. Holy cow. In the same year, construction of the prototype ship capable of carrying a zero-point engine, the Eden 1 colony ship begins at Tsiolkovsky Aerospace City. In the fourth year, Eden 1 colony ship completes its hull construction, followed by a year-long series of verifications. In the fifth year, Project Eden achieves significant breakthrough. The Eden 1 interstellar colony ship completes the 32nd generation SES Space Environment Simulator, verification of Tsiolkovsky Aerospace City, making a permanent space residency and FTL travel a possibility for humanity. In the same year, the former interstellar navigation project, Project Orient, was incorporated into Project Eden, officially shifting humanity's century-long goal from interstellar navigation to interstellar colonization. In the same year, the lunar base begins renovation to better research and assemble the second-generation interstellar colony ship, the Eden 2, equipped with zero-point engine. Oh wait. Wait. How long? Babylonia, Atlantis, lunar base. Wait, where's the fifth one? Equipped with zero-point engine. In the same year, countries transferred the usage rights of spaceports and starships to the world government. Since then, the world government has gained control of all land, sea, air, and space military forces. The starship fleet is established and a large-scale recruitment for Space Force begins. In the 6th year, the lunar renovation project is largely completed, with an additional zero-point engine test site. In the 7th year, Trillard proposed an army optimization reform plan at the world government's executive meeting, positioning some personnel and equipment as hireable assets. Eventually, the Army Hiring Act passes by a narrow margin. At the end of the same year, thanks to the seizable funds generated by the Army Hiring Act, Project Eden once again makes significant headway. Thus, all preliminary work is completed, and Project Eden and its core project, Project Zero-Point Energy, officially entered a prolonged construction phase. In the 10th year, due to the significant contributions in medical consortium reform, the civilization application of Gestalt, educational promotion, and army reform, Trillard, supported by various factions, is successfully re-elected as the president of the world government. Project Eden's here. It's flying. In the 14th year, Project Eden makes another breakthrough. A second-generation interstellar colony ship, Eden 2, is assembled at the lunar base, equipped with a temporary installed cold fusion engine. It successfully launched and enters a lunar synchronous orbit, awaiting the completion of the zero-point engine. In the same year, the Science Council announced the first ignition of the zero-point reactor will take place within a year. Politicians, merchants, soldiers, scientists, engineers, Project Eden is suddenly the talk of the world, so much so that even children are talking about it based on what they see on the news. With all eyes upon it, Project Eden is in its 14th year of implementation. With all this expectation, with all this happiness cheering, and it will be the stepping stone of breakthrough of the punishing virus. That's crazy. The timing is it's like it's all set, like everything's planned. I don't know who. It's also at this time that a certain young man celebrates his 18th birthday. Watanabe. Of course. Goofy Watanabe. Still not as sharp as could be. It's gotta be your hairstyle. Hair no longer than 3mm, that's how a new recruit should look. No way, the hairband was lifted 2 years ago. We've been getting new recruits that looks anything but since they put the contract system in place. The last time I visited the training base to see an old friend, I saw someone training with hair gel on. What lack of discipline. Why are we still trying to keep that same hairstyle when the functional armor is in such widespread use now? And why are you giving me this uniform ahead of time? Because I want to see it before I leave. And? You're back? Ever since joining the Space Force as a command officer, Shin rarely came home. On top of their daily training, the Space Force command officers as a new unit have to engage in endless simulated battles to develop tactics for this new battlefield in space. Them, like son, like dad, like son. Most of them don't return to Earth for half of a year or even a year. Most of the time, brief conversation via satellite phone are the only interaction Shin and Watanabe have. We still only have half a day like we usually do. But I'm not gonna complain. Ballard, thank you. Don't mention it. Kid is going to Oasis Squad and I happen to know someone in there. I was a bit surprised that Watanabe decided to be a soldier though. He did pass the test and all, but Valor's gaze is sharp in a caring sort of way. How's your hemophobia treatment come along? We're not fully cured yet, no? Shin doesn't say anything, but through the way he looks, he expressed the same concern as Ballard's. Well, I passed partially because they went easy with the recruitment criteria again this year. I mean, we're seeing fewer people these days join the ground force to deal with terrorist remnants and drug traffickers. And the contract system was a much lower standard too. We're pretty much there just for show, so to speak. According to Gestalt's career recommendation, it happens to be the most suitable for me too. Ballard doesn't say anything more, having been entrusted by Shin to take care of Watanabe and train him according to his own habits. He knows that the Watanabe indeed has what it takes to become a great soldier. This is probably also why Gestalt came up with the career recommendation for Watanabe. But in the Golden Age, people no longer need to rely on the talent to prove their worth as they did before. People care more about interest or what they want out of life when deciding what to do down the road. And this is clearly not an era where Gestalt programmed to determine situations based on profit and loss is able to provide advice. Son, it's not too late to call it quits now. Looking at his hand now as tall as himself, Shin breaks the silence. You don't need to follow the same path your mother and I did. Ballard did not tell me that you were gifted, but being gifted doesn't mean you have to let it dictate your future. Damn, that's deep. I mean, that's true though. That's true, guys. That can be used IRL also. Don't let just you being gifted means that will dictate what you are in the future. Talent sometimes comes with excessively high expectations. In short, pressure also. And when those expectations exceed your abilities, it often leads to a devastating failure or unbearable pain. I don't want to see you end up cursing your own talent. Dad, are you talking about Mom? Finn doesn't answer. Dad, I know I shouldn't make you worry, but I didn't accept a Gestalt's career recommendation without thinking. Shin looks at Watanabe with those same light blue eyes as Shin waits for Watanabe to continue. It takes long-lasting peace to heal the havoc wreaked by war. This is what you told me. I am not a witness to war, and I am very grateful that I am not. But this also means that I can truly feel the difference between war and peace like you and Uncle Ballard. And I will never understand why Mom chose duty over life. What was the belief that Mom left behind? Out of so many people in the world, why did it have to be her? I think you, Dad, understand Mom of all people, and I trust that you can answer that question. But I think this wall of experience will always stand between us, no matter how hard you try to explain it to me. Which is why I figured that if I became a soldier, even just as a mercenary, I'd come closer to understanding Mom. Only when I fully understand her choice will I be able to bid my last farewell. I want to face my wounds so they're not overlooked and forgotten. Dad, this is my choice. He stood tall and afraid of any well-meaning concern. Looks like I underestimated my own son. I was going to give you the second gift if you gave up, but now it seems unnecessary. Shin takes out an antique lever-action shotgun. It's birch wood and gold inlays, making it more like a piece of art. Shotgun. And that's what Watanabe been using up until now on his epitaph frame. Right, guys? That's not a rifle. That's a freaking shotgun right there. What's this writing on this? Watanabe takes the shotgun and sees a line of small text on it. Remember the past but never forget the future. Even if you've resolved even if you're resolved to move past your wounds, never forget they existed and that you're doing this to move forward to the future. I'll take these words in the back of my hand. I wouldn't speak so fast if I were you, young one. Your current resolve is half-baked. When you when you can hold into your beliefs in the face of real crisis, that's when you're worthy of these words. Ballard gives Watanabe a pat on the shoulder. Shin, on the other hand, breaks into a relieved smile, seeing Watanabe annoyed and about to argue. Little do they know that they will soon face a real challenge. 0 point. Punishing. Oh my god. Okay, I think this chapter will explain which one caused which 0 point reactor caused the punishing virus. Okay. 350 days. Holy cow. Okay, let's go. Starting point. Oh, we're gonna use epitaph. Oh wait, hold on, let me just check Watanabe. Yeah, it's the same shotgun. It's the one from his father. Okay. Starting point. Gestalt. Gestalt is 0 point. Anyone who has turned 18 and has no major criminal record can be friends with people using Gestalt's matching system. In a society increasingly connected through communication rather than personal relationships, providing convenience for us citizens to communicate is our duty. Isn't it our job to bridge gaps for strangers so they can break out of their old circles? Says Chillard, who has been actively promoting civilian use of certain Gestalt functions. Gestalt's matching system, huh? Who are you gonna match with though, Watanabe? Watanabe was going to turn down this offer, being one of those who aren't entirely familiar with breaking out of their old circles to make friends with complete strangers. Establishing one's identity before communication is a deeply ingrained habit since primitive times and isn't easy to break. Might as well try. Not bad if you end up with a couple of new friends, no? I mean, none of your friends from school or the racing club chose to become soldiers, did they? How did you know? I didn't even know your life was so rich until Ballard told me. Did you look into them to me? Watanabe looked at Ballard in disbelief. Occupational habit, and you didn't exactly hide it. You never told me any of this, so I was actually quite surprised when I first learned about these things. I'm just glad you didn't turn into one of those people who show both sides of their head, paint their eyes black, and wear clothes that look splattered with paint. Lumao. That's quite a huge mix of several generations worth of stereotypes right there. But you'll definitely need friends if you're trying to go down this path of your own choosing. Which is why you want to give the Gestalt matching system a try. I'm kinda curious who will be who is Uncle Watanabe's friend. Just give it a shot. Core system. Through his terminal, Watanabe accessed the matching system in a breeze. Hello and welcome to the Gestalt matching system. You're exercising your legal rights under the Cert Chapter 3, Article 291 of the CWA. Please read the following terms and proceed after confirmation. Watanabe quickly scrolls through the long privacy terms and usage rules and presses confirm. Retrieving citizen database. This will take a few moments. Confirming information matching. Before the AI says another word, Watanabe interrupts it with the confirm button. Match complete. Would you like to enable privacy mode? Sure, since I'll be interacting with the strangers. No. Understood. Privacy mode enabled. Thank you for using Gestalt matching system. Enjoy yourself. After a brief system tone, a greeting comes through the speaker. Hello, can you hear me? Who is this stranger? 5 days have passed since Watanabe's birthday, and he's ready to head to the Oasis' new recruit training camp. It's a series of modern training camps in the desert, and Watanabe is heading to the second squad. So I can see off. It's okay, Dad. I'm not going to kindergarten. Seeing family members off to the military has been a long-standing tradition in the family. I believe you have what it takes to cope with whatever comes your way. That will still be blessing you from above. Damn, supportive dad. That's good. If you guys have a supportive dad like him, like Shin, good for you. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. Never thought I'd hear something so sappy coming from you, Dad. I'll just chalk this up to you being sentimental out in space. Wait for my good news. Yeah. After ending the satellite call, Watanabe is about to put his suitcase on the luggage rack, and someone beside him lends a hand. Thanks. You're welcome. The person sits back in their seat. The person looks familiar, but Watanabe can't seem to recall who they are, no matter how hard he tries. The one that you met on the funeral. Are you reporting for duty at the Oasis too? While the person seems young, they seem well trained by Ballard himself. Watanabe senses the same aura and the same. Okay, never mind. It's not the Guru Evans. It's not the Shikikan. Watanabe senses the same aura in the way this person carries themselves. Yes, well, sort of. I mean, I'm actually on my way there to see someone. Why do we have to deal with this on my first day? Watanabe's brief encounter with the stranger doesn't make a significant impression on him. But what happens after he arrives at the camp is enough to mark the day as unusual. Now with your BS, either you get in the simulation pod yourself or I'll tie you up and put you in. I'll write a report worst comes to worst. No one bothers reading those things anyway, though, so I usually just ask my lieutenant to write them. I see Bara trained you for 8 years, huh? Want to show me what you got? Oh my god, PvP. Simulation pod, alright.
頑張れ新平
Don't worry. Watashi wa tsuyoi. Mind. Okay. Watanabe rookie face to battle image. We're gonna play game inside the game. It's censored, guys. Forget it. Make it quick. Starting point. Oh man, this is some anime type shit opening. Too slow. Did you fall asleep on the way? Fuck house. Create instructor battle image. I just want to give you one more time to warm up. Good ball. I like how arrogant you are. Oh? What's happening? What happened? Oh my god. They force us to get out. There's no way though. If they're gonna force us to get out of the pod, it will fry our brain. Normally, that's what I understand. Crystal. Is that future Watanabe? Shakto and me? When is it? Okay. Oh, it's the real Watanabe. What? Stick attack. Oh my god. Pass Watanabe and bro. Okay. That's our old self. That's Uncle Watanabe's old self. What's happening though? I thought we are experiencing Watanabe's past, but now present Watanabe is here.
続けてリンクを強めに。
What's happening?
おい、まだ耐えられる。
Wait, who saved that? This is a present already. This is a present. Who saved that?
ダメよ。リンク時間が長すぎたわ。一旦切りましょう。
Yeah, this is present. This is present, guys. This is how he survived. Hiroki. Okay. So, what happened right now is literally player is experiencing the past memory of Watanabe, while Watanabe on the present is being transferred to another frame, I think. Because with that voice right over and with what happened with that view right there, bro got saved by someone else. Someone found Watanabe and right now is healing him. They are healing him. They are fixing him. I mean, now we're back to the past. Even in a complete darkness now, Watanabe can see the world around him shaking violently. Finding himself once again in touch with reality feels a burning pain. He never knew that injuries sustained in simulation could hurt so much coming back to the real world. But he recalls that he was hurt worse than just his face. Wait a sec, what are you trying to do? Whoever that's speaking now sounds shocked. Watanabe recognizes this voice. I'm going to give it another try since I figured I didn't go hard enough just now. I'll just get the medic now. Don't hurt him any more than you have before the doctor gets here. What's that supposed to mean? Yo, glad to see you awake. Right then, Watanabe sees the instructor big face, muscular arms, and his half raised hand. What are you doing? I was trying to wake you up since you were out cold. Well, this kind of an old method if you ask me. Is that why I'm feeling this burning pain in my face? At least it worked wonders. By the way, kid, you fight well. I'll give you that, but you need to work on your willpower. I see you can stand the sight of blood. I didn't say a thing when I got hit, but you passed out just like that, son. Passed out, but I remember being the last one standing. Watanabe feels as though he's been whacked in the head by a sledgehammer, erasing what little was left of his vague memories. He now recalls that he did indeed pass out at the sight of blood. Is your head okay? The instructor taps Watanabe's forehead with his knuckles, like a squirrel checking to see if an acorn is ripe. I'm fine, so what do we make of this match? Well, I wouldn't feel a damn thing even if we count it as a win. How about another round? This time I'll enable a peaceful filter. Nope, let's just call it your win. Says Watanabe decisively. Getting dragged into a senseless duel in his first day gave him a real taste of the lack of discipline and moral decay that Ballard always talks about. Here we are. After riding through bumpy roads for hours on end, Watanabe steps off the road, vehicle transporting new recruits. So this is where it all begins. Recalling his resolution, the promise of his father, and the belief he set out to find. All worked up, Watanabe is feeling as unsettled as the swirling dust around him. You're Watanabe, right? However, his ambitious thoughts are soon interrupted by an arm wrapping around him from behind. Come on, let me take you to the simulation pods. Let go, who the hell are you? I'm in charge of this training camp, so you'd better behave yourself real well, son. Watanabe tries to break free but finds himself unable to break out of the grapple he's being locked in, having no choice but to allow himself to be dragged into the simulation pod room. Bro, getting kidnapped. Giving up already? Are you really one of Barrel's soldiers? Is this how he trained you? First of all, he told me to always keep a cool head no matter how good I am. Secondly, I'm not one of his soldiers, but I presume you know him quite well since you brought him up. Of course, the medic's here. I heard someone passed out in the simulation pod and needs help with swelling. When the medic looks at the instructor and Watanabe, he immediately knows what's going on. Instructor back house. I thought I've warned you more than once not to let new recruits enter the simulation pods before undergo adaptive training. Well, see, kids these days like to play those VR or AR things, right? I thought our simulation pods were kind of like that. And this boy should have gotten used to it by now. Fine, it won't happen again. Seeing the medic's increasingly grim face, the muscular man quickly changes his tone. Forget it. What's the rookie's name? Let's register him first. Watanabe. Oh, I just remember. It's the child of the fellow like kind of similar like Air Force, yeah, that Watanabe is with before on Watanabe's interlude, the one who rebelled against Babylonia, right? Oh damn. Hello. My bro is here. I mean, you already know what happened with him. I feel it's okay, Carbide. I told you guys, those who are sleepy, go sleep so that your Saturday will be much more shorter. Your vacation will be much more shorter. Anyways, you have Spruce, of course, the dude who died in Watanabe's interlude. Hello, can you hear me? My name is Bruce from Islay. Yep, Islay Island. I remember that word. I remember that specific word right here when Watanabe and Bruce's father is talking to each other. No. I'm Watanabe from Beirut. Small world, you know each other? Well, I guess the algorithm probably matched us thinking we'd end up in the same training camp. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Backhouse, Chief Instructor of 2nd Squad of Oasis Training Camp. You can just call me Instructor. He turns to look at Watanabe. How's the uniform Baller took from me earlier? Does it fit? So while Watanabe, the President Watanabe, is knocked out right now, while they're changing his frame, fixing his mind, fixing him more likely. Yeah, we're experiencing his memory. So bro is dreaming literally. Anyways, I forgot bro's name. Where is it again? Side story. I think it's interlude. Here in Astral. I think it's Astral. Yeah. Cyrus son. Bruce. See, I still remember those shit. Well, let's go. Let's continue. I think, guys, we're just gonna do up to part chapter 27, part 5, I think, or part 6. I'm not sure. Yeah, because we're gonna end our stream at 12 p.m. 12 o'clock p.m. UTC plus 8, right? Old Unity Monument. Ballard is now the only one standing in the once crowded square. Having listened to Watanabe's eulogy and Ballard's awakening declaration, the soldiers returned to their post, waiting for the signal to fire to burn. Ballard placed his hand on the monument that's been through the erosion of rain and time to wipe the dust away. No matter how sturdy the material, neglected engravings will gradually blur and grow withered. As how many people still remember the names on this monument? We're back on the present. Disaster and oblivion have turned them into ignorable dust. It won't be long now. Ballard whispers, his gaze following his fingers as they trace the withered monument, as if seeing the past through the years. His gaze finally stops at the base of the monument, where a short inscription has once been, now trusted beyond recognition. It's the original purpose of world government, right? It won't be long before those deserters face the consequence they deserve. Damn, revenge. You want me to step down now? This isn't just some ordinary hacker attack or terrorist incidents. It's something far more unimaginable. Those rotten machines are too dangerous. And military-grade functional armor will only become your iron coffins given the circumstances. How are humans supposed to fight a steel torrent? Listen to me and step down already. Damn. Salute for you, bro. Salute for you. This is during punishing. Okay. You're already retired, and there is no need for you to put your life on the line. Think about your daughter, for God's sake. I told you those metal planks are unreliable. We only have ourselves to count on at the end of the day, but the boys are just too young to see that. The muscular man on the other side of the line slaps his thighs and says proudly, "Backhouse, this isn't some sort of joke. Never thought it was. I mean, the rookies we get these days never waste their time labeling me as old and outdated. I'm not talking about returning right now. These young souls barely just grew out of fighting in armor, and you're trying to put them in initial battle already." Backhouse smiles fades as he touches the white stubble that's starting to show from lack of grooming. The world government still hasn't figured out who or what the enemy is, right? The Science Council and the Cosmos Technicians Union have been analyzing it 24/7. Results show come soon. I don't know how much about science, but one thing is clear to me. Those haywire machines can't be left unchecked. Whether it's provide analyzable samples for those lab coats or protecting civilians, it requires people. That's what the regular ground force are for. And there I thought the young ones were most dependent on medical pods and functional armor. I train these kids and I know them better than anyone else does. This isn't your responsibility. Backhouse waves his hand, cutting Ballard short. I know what you want to say, and for before this old soldier falls completely out of sync with the times, let me just do a few more things. What exactly is that you think you can do, though? Times have changed. You don't even recognize all those haywire military machines. We old soldiers have always done one thing on the battlefield. Buying time and space for those who come after us. Oh, sacrificing ourselves for those who come after us, next generations. Damn. You're right. We're almost out of sync with the times, which is why it should be us who go at a time like this. The future belongs to the young. As veterans, we have to buy time for the new recruits to grow. Damn, bro. And you've never seen veteran hide behind rookies, have you? Ballard is about to say something when a new message stops him short. I gotta go to meet up with some of my long-time comrades, Xiao. Oh, and here is one thing before I go. The kid you sent over is indeed promising. I lost a bet to this. I bet this time. But you probably won't get a chance to take my cigars. Hahaha. Wow. I was hoping to see you embarrassed. What a shame that you don't have your video on Backhouse. When Ballard hears about Backhouse again, his name is nothing more than an inconspicuous line of words swimming in the sea of countless frontline reports. Former Unity Hero Mode Medal recipient and Oasis Squad Second Squad Instructor Backhouse passed in a North Plains defense battle. Damn. That's what you are now, Ballard. Instructor. So what's happening now? We've printed a new flyer and are distributing them to camps in all districts. We should be able to see how that goes within a week. But there are still many who can believe that Boss is dead. Calls to avoid their conflicts with Babylonia have decreased significantly compared to 6 months ago, but haven't completely disappeared. Many of them are veterans who have been around Boss for a long time, and their influence shouldn't be overlooked. We won't give up searching for Watanabe, but sometimes we do have to prepare ourselves for the worst case scenario. At least Ballard didn't do some bullshit, right? Take what you can see first, then consider what lies beyond. That is a Forsaken's promise to everyone, and I believe Watanabe would have done the same had he been in my shoes. So what should we do next? Continue with the plan. Our morale is at an all-time low now, and I wouldn't put it past our enemy to take advantage of the situation to manipulate public opinion against us. Notify all units to be careful around those spreading doubt and undermining our morale. Roger that. And what do we do with the loyalists? I'll personally talk to them. It's normal to have differing opinions, and sometimes it's best to address things directly. However, an army can only follow one command strategy. Ballard descends the stairs. The clouds have grown thicker, apparently threatening to block the sunlight forever. The sun is brutal. I can't take it. With the air distorted by the heat waves, a squad of fully armed soldiers trudges through the 70-degree sand. It's so hot, Albert. I can barely breathe. Physically, Albert, with his green hair, is the worst in the group, lagging behind and barely keeping up. Hang in there, I'll help lighten your load. Jules from Isley Island, known from his good heart and knack for boosting morale, never hesitates to lend a helping hand. Even when his own clothes are soaked with sweat and to the point of forming white salt stains. Bruce, don't push it. You don't want to pass out cold in a desert. The sun can burn you to the bone faster than you can scream. Coates, Coates, also from Islay Island, seems to have known Bruce since childhood, always telling him not to overexert himself. 3 kilometers left. The last to speak is Garza, a quiet man over the past few days. Watanabe learned that the Garza loved mint tea, especially a specialty of his hometown. I can't do this anymore. Oh, my bro died. Bro died. Albert. Jesus, can't you be a little more gentle, Bruce? Watanabe quickly throws himself under Albert as a cushion to keep him from falling into the sand dunes. And with that, he gets a real taste of what Coates meant when he said the sand can burn you to the bone faster than you can scream. I was being gentle already. You should be thankful I know old-fashioned wound treatment and bandaging. Our rules strictly prohibit using medical pods. In the past 11 months, Backhouse really followed the manual to train the squad's mental endurance for controlling military functional armor. The schedule was packed with endless drills, combat, and shooting practice. Man, Backhouse really needs to up his game and keep up with the times. And even get me started with the training conditions. But who in the world still does physical training these days? And he wouldn't even let us use the medical pods when we were hurt. How did he put it out? How did he put it again? And that's the good thing, guys. That's the good thing, because this all the soldiers on Backhouse squad, all of them are they are not dependent on the medical pod, right? When you're in a dire danger, you have no one else to count on but yourself. This was the first thing Backhouse said when the remaining 3 carried 2 injured comrades to the field base, requesting to use the medical pods. I'm sure he has his reasons, so stop complaining. Alright, now let's take care of. By the way, training's almost over, and then it's off to our units. Yeah, did you change your mind, or are you still thinking about joining ground force to die on the front lines? After nearly 11 months together, these young men have all learned about what they each wanted to do. Albert, Garza, and Watanabe chose to be mercenaries, while Bruce and Coates chose the ground force. Bruce once applied to the Air Force for further training but was repeatedly rejected due to his performance in the balance test. Oh. Bruce never told anyone why he made that decision though. Coates, who also came from Islay Island, seemed to know something. Watanabe never pries into things people don't want to share. I'm not going to die. I'm going so that fewer people die. Enough about me. What about you? I'm going to be a mercenary once training ends. You'll probably end up as a bodyguard for some rich people. His voice is tinged with self-mockery. Being wealthy and free, huh? Exactly, money and survival, that's what humans live for. And here I thought it was because you couldn't stand the sight of too much blood. Don't you get sick when you do? I like Bruce, unfortunately, Bruce died. Just as Bruce has his undisclosed reasons, Watanabe also keeps his own secrets. Are you too kind, or are you just a chicken? I'm just not used to it. Once I'm on the battlefield, I'll be fine. During a time as peaceful as this, Watanabe can seem to find the answers he seeks. I'll look forward to that day then. Commander, I'll need you to review this proposal to modify the starship with a 0-point engine. Since it's top secret, it wasn't sent through the terminal. Shin takes the thick stack of documents. Yep. And starts flipping through it while raising a question. I thought the first ignition test for Reactor 1 was scheduled for next month. Are you sure we aren't submitting this proposal a little too early? The engineering team seems confident in the project's success. If it weren't for the spaceport's no alcohol policy, they might have started celebrating with campaign when the reactor was completed last month. Oh, speaking of which, Please deal with the crew members who smuggled vodka into the starship as soon as... Oh my god, putting a vodka on. I thought it was dealt with last week. They busted a few more with distilled vodka this time. I'll handle it later. What's the engineering team's reason for wanting to start the modification so early? They claim that adding the 0-point engine output port isn't a big project. With the Eden 2 blueprint as a reference, everything can be modeled after that colonial ship. Since a starship built for defense is structurally simpler than one for pioneering, this modification will be even easier. Well, they most likely just don't want to fall too far behind Eden 2. I mean, they see themselves as the pioneers of space travel. Bet they still have quite some pent-up frustration, as much as they're convinced by the design of Eden 2. And because of that, I can prove this proposal. So are we just going to reject it? However, considering that the Starship fleet will be responsible for guarding Eden 2, well, I will present this modification plan at the next general meeting. They'll be happy to hear this news. Tell them not to celebrate just yet, because the fleet isn't just going to be modified entirely overnight. Also, here's the new disciplinary notice you mentioned earlier. Take it and confine the repeat offenders. Roger that. After the lieutenant leaves, Shin looks out the porthole. Damn. Floating before him is the great wall of space built by humans. An 18,750 kilometers long spaceport around the orbit. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers, technicians, logistic personnel moving back and forth on the spaceport, maintaining and upgrading 30 starships. In the lower orbit are malfunctional satellites, 214 total, serving as humanity's eyes, ears, and mouths, relying quintillions of information, establishing a connection between space and Earth. These satellites, spaceports, and starships form a ring, keeping the mother planet within humanity's grasp. And on another timeline, this blue planet become red, right? On future Nanami's timeline. The mother planet was once both a cradle and a cage for humanity, binding everyone to the ground with the gravity and the ecosystem. But humanity is about to conquer it. Humanity's current achievements are just a prelude to 0-point energy. ISS. Hey, what you doing at tall guy? No, interesting. A tall, fully armed soldier is taken by surprise when spoken to. Jada can see the soldier's face under his helmet, but the drone by his side faithfully displays his reaction. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. The researchers at the space station are already used to how quiet he is, relying on his drone to communicate. After years of working together, the researchers already know him so well that they understand what he means with a single facial expression. You really gotta stop facing out. We'd have been in deep trouble if it were the security chief. Hey tall guy, I see it's your turn to guard this place again today. Passing researcher give him a high five. Technically, the International Space Station doesn't need security personnel, which is why the entire security department consists of only 3 people. Is Pro a robot? A mech? Besides security, they also handle sanitation, transportation, and other miscellaneous tasks. There isn't much to do. With his naturally friendly personality, tall guy quickly became acquainted with all the researchers, becoming something of a mascot. You seem to like this spot by the porthole. Is it because you can see the spaceport? What? Do you find the space station too boring and want to apply to be a Starship crew member? Alright, stop teasing him. Tall guy, we're heading to the lab. We should have lunch together. After the two leave, the unnamed soldier looks out the porthole again. Who are you though? Who are you? No, you're just a normal side NPC. Space. Interesting. He isn't actually looking at the starships or the spaceport, but at space itself. The girl who once described spacewalking to him had said this. It's like floating in the water, but without the omnipresent pressure of squeezing your body and organs. Carefree and restrained. Girl, who is that girl? Is it Nanami? Because so when the existence of Nanami, the experiment with by Nanami, the parents of Nanami, right? Let's say those two scientists, their project started without the punishing virus, right? So right now there's no punishing virus on this timeline, on this past, on this scene. So interesting. He is the one who said that word Nanami, or other girl I didn't know. He wonders what that really feel like and whether he'd even get a chance to experience it. "700 meters underground in the science council. Gestalt's dim blue light shines in Netheart's face. Each flicker of light is quintillion calculations done. With the last character entered, Gestalt completes another self-check. Let's see, half an hour to go. Think I'll just rest here for a while. Leaning against a nearby cable, Netheart looks up at this brain of golden age. This massive quantum computer integrates almost all of humanity's knowledge and information. From starships, blueprints to solutions for the chicken and rabbit puzzle, all of human civilization wisdom is stored in one place. Supported by its immense computing power, the operations of the Golden Age society become orderly. From the construction of zero-point reactor to birthday greetings for citizens, Gestalt can be seen as supporting all social operational mechanisms, which is why people also call it a miracle of humanity. And now with its powerful computing power, Project Zero Point Energy is about to leap from paper to reality. Its title would soon become humanity's first miracle. Researchers, however, don't think that Gestalt will hold this title permanently, because they're sure that new miracles are down the road when humanity enters a new interstellar domain. Or so we thought. Better check it again. Netheart turns off the alarm she set and stands up again. The dim blue light flares once more, illuminating the deep well entirely. Damn, 20 more days. Oh my god. Cream, Lucia. One more hour and 1 minute before your birthday. Before you become older. Before the outbreak. Yeah, because formatting, I'm gonna finish this up to 6. Part 6 of the story. Yep. Wait. Let me just check the previous chapter. 27. Start. I stopped. Oh. Okay. Before the outbreak. You rascals better not disgrace me in your new units. I can't breathe. Bruce, move over a bit. You're asking for the impossible. I can push him away. How strong is this guy exactly? I stopped struggling a while ago. On the training ground, Backhouse wrapped his muscular arms around the 5 of them, hugging them tightly. 5 heads of different colors are squeezed together like the folds on a bun, each showing varying degrees of pain. Today marks the last day of training for Watanabe and his team. Their year-long training at the camp has come to an end, and it's time for everyone to part ways. Alright, for this memorable last day, I'm heading to HQ to get you all something special. Just before Albert passes out, Backhouse lets go of his arm and vanishes in a flash. I thought I was gonna die. I'm going to die. Here, have some mint tea. Thank you. Albert accepts the canteen from Garza, while Bruce passes back to help him catch his breath. With that green hair, you might have a hard time catching the eye of those rich folks. It's not too late to switch careers. Coat sounds harsh but sincere. Now, like you and Bruce, I am preparing to join the ground force. The regular army is 100 times tougher than the mercenaries. Plus, there's the elimination process. I'm serious. But you're just barely getting by the way you are. Albert takes a big gulp of mint tea and lets out a deep breath. Backhouse is quite a maverick and places a strong emphasis on how we do on the physical test. And most of the regular army cares more about whether we know how to operate the military functional armor. Yeah. With that military functional armor, and when the punishing virus arrive, military functional armor is useless. It will literally become your coffin. That's it. With it, they all turn to look at the warehouse where the functional armor is stored. A thin layer of sand has accumulated in front of the door, a sign that it hasn't been opened for quite some time. Actually, it's Backhouse who gave me this piece of advice. He's not exactly a big fan of functional armor, but he gave me this piece of advice anyway when he noticed how tough my newer resilience is. I know how much I suck, but Backhouse never gave up on me, and even made life easier for me. Guess better not tell him what I just said, because he made it clear that he didn't want me to bring up the special treatment to anyone. And yeah, that Backhouse literally saved you guys. Holy hell. Damn. Why are you all looking at me? He told you to? I take it that he said the same thing to you guys too. Was it just 2 days ago? Yup, verbatim. Wait. Watanabe places a hand on Albert's shoulder and says earnestly, Green Head Backhouse doesn't dole out special treatment to just anyone. He only does it with his subordinates. He suggested I apply for the Navy. Garza speaks in muffled voice for adding a remark. Interesting how he thought I could live out of the sea when he's only seen me living in this desert. His advice to me was similar. 2 days ago, he approached me and asked me if I want to try applying for the Air Force. He said there's generally no chance of seeing blood, except I think that statement is probably only half true. Bruce, what about you? Bruce hesitates for a few seconds before he speaks. He said I'd fare just fine going anywhere except for the Air Force. Bruce breaks into a weird smile. Bruce. With it, the air seems to grow heavy, because they all know how badly Bruce wants to get into the Air Force. Damn. Only Bruce himself and Coetis, however, know what's driving Bruce's obsession. A piece of advice is nothing more than a piece of advice, though. Nobody says you need to do as told. You have to walk your own path. What the Backhouse said makes a lot of sense, though. I'll give it some serious thought. I'll go pack my things first. After Bruce leaves, the remaining 3 turns to look at Coetis. Don't look at me like that. There are some things I can't explain. Ask Bruce yourself if you're that curious. How did you know I was here? Hearing footsteps behind him, Bruce asked without turning around. There aren't many places around here for sightseeing, so it wasn't hard to find you. Oh, and Coates saw you heading this way, of course. I see you picked up Backhouse sense of humor there. Well, he's not back yet and can't hear us, so did you find it funny? The fact that you tried to tell a joke is more amusing. And I won't tell any more jokes for going forward. Watanabe sits down next to Bruce and hands him another canteen. Here, Garza's mint tea. I'll have to thank him when we get back. Bruce opens the canteen and the racing steam carries the fresh scent of mint into the night sky. You're welcome. Garza told me to say that because he knew you'd thank him. Guess I did ruin the fun for you guys back there, huh? Bruce smiles self-deprecatingly. Yeah, Greenhead thinks it's all because he started it, and he feels too guilty to come find you. I really tried to talk to him out of it. So, Watanabe, why do you come here? Bruce sets down the canteen and looks up at the sky. I'm just here to give you that tea. Whether I stay or not is up to you. Then let me tell you a story. I have this friend who... Silence falls over the conversation. You know what? Forget it. At this point, there's no need to hide anything. Bruce looks embarrassed, which is really uncommon. Watanabe, would you find someone a coward for taking the same path their parents did? I mean, remember guys, Bruce's father is a pilot. What was that belief that mom left behind out of so many people in the world? Why did it have to be her? I think you dad understand mom of all people, and I trust that you can answer that question. But I think this wall of experience will always stand between us no matter how hard you try to explain it to me. Which is why I figure that if I become a soldier, you will literally get the answer. Even as a mercenary, I would come close to understanding mom. I think there's no right or wrong in pursuing something. It's just a process, not the end goal. Have you heard of the story where there is a bunch of monkeys trying to scoop up the moon from the water? You mean the story where the monkeys form a ladder up a tree with their bodies and try to scoop the moon reflection out of the water? Whether it was 7 or 8 monkeys, whether it was a well or paddle, I can't remember. I don't remember if there are 7 or 8, but the point is that they end up with a nothing. And it makes sense that those monkeys end up with nothing when they never have what it takes to get the real moon. Do you think you are one of those monkeys? Well, I suppose you know what this moon I'm chasing is, right? I'm trying to go down the same path my dad went down. He was an ace pilot. I've admired him since I was a child and inspired to be like him. I'm not one of those kids who think they just have to do something to outshine their dads, because they think their dads are such hotshots. I mean, I do want to be greater than my dad too, but it's just I want to be great. He told me what it feels like to soar through the sky, and I want to get a taste of what that feels like too. I want to make him proud. But you know, I don't have the talent. No matter how much I train, I'd never gotten my sense of balance up to snuff. And it dawned on me quite a while ago that I just didn't have what it takes. When my dad stopped teaching me maneuvers and techniques so I wouldn't get overstressed. Caring dad. So I kept asking myself if he'd given up on me, and if I should just give up. He reached out his hand as if trying to grasp the bright moon in the sky. But I guess it's all started to make sense now. Why am I wasting time trying to scoop up the moon from the water when I know its mission impossible? The two fall silent, taking their time to digest those words. They might have come from different backgrounds, but right at this moment, they find themselves in such similar circumstances. One of them tries to go down the same path his father did, knowing full well that he doesn't have the talent it takes, while the other tries to understand his mother's will, which he finds difficult living in a world so peaceful. Could it be that Bruce is right for thinking that they're going nowhere? Even if you're resolved to move past your wounds, never forget they exist and that you're doing this to move forward toward the future. Watanabe suddenly recalls what his father said on his birthday. He didn't quite understand what his father meant then, but seeing Bruce struggling now, Watanabe seems to have reached an eureka moment of all of a sudden. He looks at the moon in the sky. No matter where you are, it always shines equally into the eyes of those who gaze upon it. Well, I can't really say you don't have a point there. Boy, you was some honest son of a... But I don't think you're wrong for wanting to go down the path. For wanting to pursue that light that is. Watanabe strings his thoughts into words, trying to get his message across. We chose the moon in the water because it is beautiful in itself. There is nothing wrong with wanting to get closer to it. That sounds like what someone would say to themselves when they just don't have what it takes to get what they want. Well, he raised his fist as if capturing the moon in the sky. I don't think you need to have an end goal in sight when you try to pursue the moon. As his fist opens, the moonlight which he was blocking with his hand shines into his eyes through his fingers. It will always be there, whether you try to pursue it or not. Never lost, never hidden, and always shining. If the moon in the water is a reflection of its light, that means this light that shines upon us now is the very same moonlight, no? As long as you don't turn away and walk into the darkness. Damn. Holy cow. These words just slap me on my ideals, holy cow. As long as you don't turn away and walk into the darkness. Interesting. And no matter what we do, we'll always be in its light. Watanabe finally sees that his mother has left behind more than just epitaphs and deeds. In the cemetery where she'll rest in peace, her steadfast belief echoes true. And when Watanabe overcame his fears and chose to join the military, that belief was passed down. He now sees that he doesn't need to be in his mother's shoes to understand her, nor does he need to arrive at the same end she did, so long as he keeps his head straight and keeps heading down the same path. You're only saying these things because you've owned up to the failure that you were. It's just hard to let something go when you've become too invested in it. Yeah, same. Because, guys, in matter of time, the skill, guys, I'm not talented, okay? The skill I invested much time is literal illustration. That's it. I did invest my time before in drumming, when I'm still playing drums, when I'm still archery, okay? But not much compared to illustration. I really need to learn from you as far as that goes. He closes his eyes and remains silent for a moment, juggling internally. But I'll give it a try. I'll start by talking to my father again. Thank you, Watanabe. I was gonna say the same. They exchange glances and raise their canteens. Cheers, kampai! They choke on the hot water on their canteens. Oh my god, I'm drinking a tea with a coffee, but I'm still sleepy. Holy cow. That's the reason why we're gonna finish up to part 6 only in this story. Concentrate for like 3 hours 30 minutes, kinda. I don't really know what it's all about, but people have all gathered around the big screens. Let's go and join the fun. Big screen announcement. 30 seconds until the ignition of 0.1 Reactor 1. A bit higher, just like that. That's it. Any higher and I will hit the ceiling. Alright, stop micromanaging. See, the poor tall guy doesn't know what to say because of you. Say that again after you get off his left arm. In the cafeteria of the International Space Station, a huge projection screen is live streaming the first ignition of 0.1 Reactor. Almost everyone on the space station, regardless of their duty or how busy they are, has gathered here. What are these guys doing out here when they usually prefer to rot in the lab? No one wants to miss the ignition, presume? I mean, even for me, if they're gonna broadcast the live stream of first ever activation of nuclear reactor, I'm gonna watch that shit. Okay, because that's the starting point. If ever it will be a good or bad, that's the thing I'm waiting if I'm gonna watch, right? If it fucked up, oh my god, good luck. At least I'm just watching. I'm not on the 100-kilometer area of that place. Okay. Thanks to this, the two who arrived late because of their shift had to ask tall guy to lift them up. I say, why not just switch the cabin to zero gravity mode? Pretty sure we'd be able to use the space more effectively that way. Forget it, you're not gonna rebalance the gravity field afterward, are you? Shh, countdown starting. Okay, live stream. Oh, we're gonna watch the live stream. 15 seconds until the okay. This is spotted deer. Area A2 is all clear. Area B2 all clear. One stealth drone shut down in Area C1. Anomalies all cleared. A total of 28 monitoring zones completely covered the area within 2 kilometers of Reactor 1. A security intelligence bureau has deployed half of its elite force to ensure the ignition is free from interference. Continuous reports were streamed into the command vehicle through the communication channels as the newly appointed director of the Security Intelligence Bureau personally oversees the operation. Stay sharp and keep an eye out for the surroundings, especially the area covered in vegetation. We don't want to let anyone in who's trying to wreak havoc here. Yeah, high vegetation area is the best place for most terrorists to like camp. High vegetation area and place with have a lot of high grounds. That's it. Because the reason, place to hide. I thought you'd be in front rows for something like this. I was going to, except my secretary couldn't handle all the paperwork. This will surely be one of those regrets I take to the grave, right? Trillard opens a bottle of red wine. The label is still intact and pours it into two goblets. A fancy glass. I didn't know you drunk. Well, now you do. You know guys, PGR fam. Trillard looks like bro's hair's like Jetavi. Okay, I didn't do it on purpose that I accidentally see Jetavi because I literally see that shit on my YouTube shorts before. Okay. Because I stream PGR, so if I stream PGR, some, let's say 10% chance I can see a spoiler, you know. This is a day worth celebrating. One glass shouldn't get me drunk, right? Bro's drunk already. Triller checks the alcohol content again. I even consulted a doctor about this. Don't waste the doctor's time with these silly questions. There's still work tomorrow. Work ain't gonna stop just because I'm celebrating. Triller raises his glass. Till tomorrow. The sound of glasses clinking echoes crisply, and the red liquid swirls under the light. Five seconds. Oh, father and the son. Father, can you hear me? Cyril. What is it? I have something to... Of course, a 0 point. Yep. Hey, Bruce. Hey. Reactor 1. Okay, ignited. Wait, where is the Reactor 1? Where's the location of it? Not only the one reactor. Alright, guys. Holy cow. True heart. Holy cow. On my nose. To this day, Battles remembers that fateful day. At first, when the light went out, communication went silent and the machines shut down. People thought it was just a massive power overload or major electromagnetic interference. However, when the blue light turns crimson and the reboot machines bared their fangs, humanity, having finally realized what they were up against, had already missed their chance for self-rescue. Safety measures become the danger itself. Haywire armor turned into coffins for the soldiers, and crazed drones hunted down every living thing within their camera's view. When Ballard led the security team armed with non-intelligent light weapons and encountered the escaping crowd, they realized the area around the reactor had become a dead zone. The red plague spreading from the reactor core not only drove machines mad, but could also dissolve flesh. Yet more than half the people hadn't managed to escape. They were either possibly dead or still hiding in some temporarily safe room, where the Red Plague would eventually come for and devour them. Wearing the last remaining protective suits, Ballard led the Suicide Squad into the Red Zone. 3 hours, this was so much time, so they have to save the day. Because after that, even the protective suits would lose their effectiveness, and the distance so one could move before being killed by the Red Plague had shrunk to just 10 meters, rendering the operation minute. Oh my. Ballard had to use his remaining 3 fingers to signal a retreat. That's why Bro's right hand is not flesh, right? In this rescue, he lost his entire right hand, half of his left hand, and his right half. Forever, his vocal cords, respiratory tract, and organ were severely damaged, and that's where Bro became a construct. Of the 68 members who formed the Suicide Squad, only 4 survived. Ironically, they only managed to save 4 people. When he was rescued from the brink of death, he learned that his close friend was about to head to the front lines. He didn't try to dissuade him. He's shocked that they're here. Got it. Ballard, breaking from his memory, stands up and walks toward the door. I'm going to try and talk them out of it. Watanabe would never forget those days. On the 3rd day of the communication blackout, Backhouse returned from headquarters with bad news. It seems that the communication blackout wasn't just at the Oasis camp, but something that was happening on the global scale. That's the worst case scenario. This virus happening, causing communication blackout entirely without people, hard for people to like prepare. I mean, even if they prepare, they're going to get cooked with the punishing, but still, some people can be saved, right? But damn. See, none of the 204 satellites in orbit were operational. Holy cow. And people believe that something had gone awry when Zero Point Energy was initiated. And it's not just awkward, that it means the world's nearly end on this part, right? All the training program paused, everyone went into a wartime mode, and supplies came under wartime control. Defense lines were erected, patrol organized, and potential attacks prepared for. But they're not prepared with this kind of enemy. Day 15. Through the efforts of the tech soldiers, they finally received the first broadcast from the world outside on a new frequency. They learned about this new virus called the Punishing, and what it was capable of. Because humanity became greedy, right? That day, all high-tech equipment, including functional armor, was destroyed, leaving only non-intelligent light weapons and a few old howitzers for scientific demonstrations. The camp's defensive capabilities were reduced by over 90%. Yeah, because we are so focused. All our weapons are high-tech, and literally our weapon that we thought that can be used to protect us are now meant to destroy us. Damn. 1 month. Communication was basically restored, establishing a stable connect with headquarters and command. However, during the time without communication, humanity suffered a heavy loss fighting on their own. The corrupted machines devoured human territory at an alarming rate. At least. But at least, I think the one of the safest, not 100% safe, but one of the place that is not severely in contact with the corrupted is literally Siberia, right? Instructor Backhouse was summoned to the northern front and never returned. Damn. The Oasis squad received orders to advance to the snowy plains to rescue trapped civilians. Encountering a large number of corrupted, the recon team ran out of ammo and all perished. During the rescue, acting leader Bruce single-handedly held off the corrupted for 6 hours and died a hero. He no longer get the chance to say what he wanted to his father. Damn. day 16. Oh, it's already like 2 months, 9 days. Let's say, yeah, 2 months and few days. The trapped civilians were successfully relocated to City 173. Acting leader Watanabe determined that with the current manpower and equipment, they could no longer hold the camp and applied to change course to the nearby City 175 to seek supplies and search for survivors. The plan was approved. The Oasis squad arrived at City 75 and began searching for supplies and survivors. They found a large amount of light weapon supplies, food, and medicine. After dispatching some members to escort this back to safety, Watanabe continued to lead the remaining members to search for survivors. P80. To their surprise, they discovered a factory occupied by the Punishing that was pumping out corrupted machines. They managed to blow up the factory through a stealth operation, but the operation attracted most of the corrupted in the city. Damn. Day 81. On the retreat, they came across 2 survivors, one of whom was a child. Damn. Day 97. True Heart. Quiet. Captain is still sleeping. Oh, sorry. Stand up. Time to go. You haven't slept much ever since we were surrounded by the corrupted, over by the explosion. What's the situation? Not many corrupted ahead. We can evacuate through the subway. Half-month's siege is finally going to an end. Watanabe, can we finally get out? Not many corrupted ahead now, so the best chance. Bolt mission. My bro is hungry. Try to hold it. I did. Anyways, I pretend I read that. Okay, it's fine. Take it. Let's go cover the civilians' retreat. Leave the car. Yeah guys, you know what's crazy? With this kind of character of Watanabe and the character of Bianca, yeah, I ship these two. Holy cow. I ship Bianca and the Watanabe, holy cow guys. We're safe for now. Let's evacuate from subway station. Stay sharp. Retreat. Oh my god. Large crop, let's destruct it. Destruct it. Captain, you go with the citizens first. Let's fight our...
刃の意志は万物を切り裂く。造作もない私に傷をつけるとは、いい腕をしているな。造作もない刃の意志は万物を切り裂く。
Yeah, no one's gonna die. No one's gonna die on my side. Unless those refugees died. Oh. I mean, both choices. If we chose to save the refugees, our companion will die. Okay. What is this place? This is one of Watanabe's secret, I guess. Just take it as the inside of a mirror. Who are you? Doesn't matter. It's not, and it's not the right time. I know you feel how you feel. This is quite common. Most of them have become regrets forever. See, one of Watanabe's regrets, past. One of his past. Still doesn't work. Okay, let's oh, so we're gonna see two ending. Holy cow. Wait, is that Karyot? Oh my god, it's gear! Oh my god, they're dead. They're dead. Okay, I thought. It's Karyot.
取るに足りない造作もない取るに足りない
Thank you. Go with him. I've got to save my teammates. So we're gonna see two ending. Suicide, of course. Yeah, this is pretty common, guys. They died with dignity. I used to wonder what is more important, life or duty? Just again, if you're still hesitating. Oh my, what's this? You already choose two options. What if we stay here? Which there has to be a way to save them. Yeah, hey, you ended up picking the most irrational path. Yeah, kill the distract the monster. I am alone. It's enough. Unless our squad our teammate will encounter some unnatural, let's say some strong corrupted. Yep, they're all gonna die. And the same thing as the refugees.
私と戦ったことを後悔させて取るに足りない造作もない刃の意志は万物を切り裂く私に傷をつけるとは いい腕をしているな。
Bro.
取るに足りない。
We're exhausted. Am I dying? To some extent, yes. How are they? Does it matter? Sometimes things don't change due to individual will. We always dream of sacrificing ourselves for the best result and end up proving that life holds many regrets. Sometimes we have to accept it. But our own will is small, but people who are affected by it would still failed. Yep. Like I said, even if we fought... Oh, we already playing this BGM, guys. The one I heard on chapter 17. If we fought, yeah, you fought the that corrupted, but the refugees will face another anomaly, another enemy, and our teammate will yeah, they got saved because we faced the one a strong one, but they can still be overwhelmed by numbers of corrupted. They face a humongous number of corrupted all running. You guys. Time to face the reality. Time to wake up. False solace teetered in the brink of collapse. Before the body became ethereal, the pain came first. So this is the truth. His knees are quickly becoming feeble. Having found a way out, the blood in his body pours toward his chest. Yeah, back then I wasn't strong yet. Only one thing could have happened when you were ambushed by a corrupted of that size. Death. But I'm still alive because... As this thought went through his head, his hands having gone numb, felt the weight and warmth of the young life that he was holding tightly in his arms. Right, at least I need to get him out. Suddenly, the sudden desperate cries filled the air. Mr. Watanabe, don't die. A small hand pressed against a gaping wound in his chest but couldn't stop the wind from passing through. Is it really the wind? The blood, it won't stop. It's all my fault. Don't apologize, I did it because this is my responsibility, a vow I made to myself. They would have done the same, no? It was then that Watanabe noticed 5 blurry shadows behind him, one with severed arm. It's his teammate. Bruce, did you come to get me? He could hear the child's cries as death stood silently behind him. The gaze of both the living and the dead focused on Watanabe, who was teetering on the edge of life and death. With it, he made his choice. Just let me finish this at least. He tried to lift his already cold legs, breaking out of his chaotic thoughts. The moment his decision was made. Regaining consciousness from a brief daze, He saw the kid picking up stones and hurling them forcibly behind him. They're not the souls of the dead, but a few broken, corrupted. Run. Watanabe's lips moved, producing a faint sound, while the sound of blood rushing through his veins echoed in his ears. Life gradually left him, returning to the black soil. Go away. The child's anger was tinged with fear and trembling. Run, even if it's just you. As the sound of metal dragging on the ground grew closer, the child went from trembling with anger to looking on with fear. He dropped the stone and grabbed Watanabe's hand, trying to drag him away. But how in the world was a starving child supposed to move an adult? Someone, please. Save him. Ballard. Of course. Get down. Watanabe's eyes closed before gunfire drowned that voice he couldn't be more familiar with. Uncle saved the day. Holy cow. Okay. Wait. Okay, 3 hours 40 minutes. Okay. I think we're done for now. Oh my god, I'm sleepy. Yeah, guys. The freaking coffee is not effective. Yeah, because again, I didn't take a nap before streaming. But yeah, the story is good right now. Holy cow. It explained. We are having a deep explanation of Watanabe. Related to his character. Also related to Ballard. Okay. And Zero-Point Reactor. Alright. It means, yeah, I am 100% clear that the one that caused the punishing virus is the first Zero-Point Reactor. Alright. So I'm kinda curious, where is it exactly? Right? Other than that, yeah, the story is starting to right now it's calm, very calm. So I think part 8 is the one that the story is about to slowly dive up and then get intense. Like, right now we're preparing and Watanabe gonna meet the Ballard, alright, and maybe build up the Forsaken. Wait, Forsaken is still not established during this time, but yeah. Anyways, they're going to have a session with the Watanabe will have his session with the Ballard, I guess, on this chapter. But damn, yeah. Anyways, guys, how are you? Yeah, we're done. We're done today's stream. And Lucia Crimson Waves, like you still have 44, 50, 16 more minutes before your birthday. 16 more minutes before Lucia Crimson Waves get older. Let's just upgrade some members, characters. bro. Well, I think that's it. So we okay, 500 more. Let's say 4 80 90 420. 420 more black card. So we reach my planned black card for next patch, so that we can pull. So we're gonna do all this Warzone, Phantom Cage. I think also Bubble. I'm not sure, but yeah, all those stuff on Sunday. Guys, let me just chat it on stream. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Let me just practice before we end the stream, okay? Just practice for a bit.
あな見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。
Again.
まばたきし見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。やはりこの物語も 結末は変わらない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしないで。
溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。これで
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて消えぬ抵抗な崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。抵抗なんて無意味。これで終わりね。終焉の音を聞きなさい。
あなた見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
静かに滅びなさい。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。さあ見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
未練なく生けるチャンスをあげます。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしない。
溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。偽りの存在ね。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて抵抗なん崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。
見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。あなたの望む
静かに滅びな。
やはりこの物
I
語
messed up the
も
rotation.
結末は変わらない。あなた見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
Again, that's perfect. The 2 minutes rotation. Why my brain is spinning right now?
瞬きし見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
未練なく生け。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしない。
溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。抵抗なんて無意味。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて消えなさい。
Oh my god.
崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。これ未練なく生けるチャンス。終焉の音を聞きなさい。
見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
静かに滅びなさい。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる、あなたの知らない景色を。
未練なく生けるチャンスをあげ。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしないで。
溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて偽りに崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。これで終わりね。終焉の音を聞きなさい。最高の
ゲームをお見せしましょう。オールインそれともアウト。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。未練なく生けるチャンスをあげ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。
静かに滅びなさい。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。未練なく生けるチャンスをあげましょう。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしないで。
溶けて崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて抵抗な崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。偽りの存在ね。これで終わりね。終焉の音を聞きなさい。
最高のゲームをお見せします。
静かに滅びなさい。
見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。未練なく生けるチャンスをあげま。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。
静かに滅びなさい。
やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。
この手溶けて
未練。
真実を受け入れなさい。
物語はここで終わり。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて偽り崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。抵抗なんて
未練なく生けるチャンスをあげま。
終焉の音を聞きなさい。溶けて抵抗な崩壊なさい。真実を受け入れなさい。これで終わりよ。終焉の音を聞きなさい。
結末はただお返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。未練なく生けるチャンスは。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。見せてあげる。あなたの知らない景色を。お返しするわ。やはりこの物語も結末は変わらない。瞬きしないで。
この手溶けて崩壊な真実を受け入れなさい。
Already 2 minutes 30 seconds. Alright. I think I messed up some of the rotation, but I think it's doable. Okay, next. Fire team is already okay. Steam, lightning, plasma. Let's go plasma.
この戦い
Just maintain plasma for like 2 minutes.
最高のゲームをお見せしましょう。オールインそれともアウト。総員出撃。ほら指揮官様欲望に溺れた彼。集え暁の光。黎明のように貫け。
七海出撃。
彼方まで越え行け。
へえよー
総員出撃。
楽勝楽勝。おアルティメットスペクタクルやー。
最高のオールインそれともアウ
Oh, I messed up. Oh, again. Let's do it again.
最高のゲームをお見せしましょう。オールインそれともアウト。総員出撃。ほら 指揮官様欲望に溺れた彼ら集え暁の光くれ未練なく生けるチャンスをあげます彼方まで超えゆけへえよい総員出撃や楽勝楽勝アルティメットスペクタクルやー最高のゲームオールインそれともアウト総員出撃ほら指揮官様
ナイスだ
欲望に溺れた彼らをご覧あれ集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけよいしょっと総員出撃楽勝楽勝未練なアルティメットスペクタクルやーへえ最高のゲームをオールインそれともアウトほら指揮官様欲望に溺れた彼らをご覧あれ集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけよーく総員出撃楽勝楽勝アルティメットスペクタクルやー最高のゲームをお見せしまオールインそれともアウトナナミほら指揮官様欲望に溺れた彼集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけグレナナミ出撃彼方まで超えゆけよいしょ総員出撃や楽勝楽未練なくアルティメット
Oh my, oh my god. Happy birthday. Oh my, Lucia Crimson Wave. Happy birthday, bro. Congrats. You're old now. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Yeah, I wish you have a nice day today. And have a nice talk with your friends, your family, if you have. Yeah, if you have like friends who gonna join you later. Yeah. Good luck for you guys.
当たり進め総員出撃オールイン
1 year older, 9 year old, 9 year old, bro.
ナナミほら指揮官様
You're old. That's it.
欲望に溺れた彼らを集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ
Ah, messed up.
翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけ翼よ羽ばたけ
I'll finish my rotation. 2 minutes. 2 minutes right there. I should actually go sleep now since I've got to prepare for. Yep. Good luck for your preparation for this morning. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, even for me, I would end the stream. I'm exhausted. Okay. Watashi wa pagod. Okay. Well, guys, I think that's it. We're gonna end the stream now. We will continue the main story later. Yep. Maybe we will go straight continue stream after I woke up. Yep. And yeah. Good night, guys. Bye bye.